welcome back everyone, welcome back to another weekend edition here of the OSC King of the Hill weekly number 214. I'm of course just VIP. You'll soon be seeing me, but I'm of course just VIP, and we've been joined by these amazing players, by the people in chats, and by the plushies as well. Welcome one and all to our third broadcast of the day. It's been an intense week here, intense day of StarCraft, and of course the StarCraft continues. As always, the StarCraft does continue, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Incorporeal, we have our red Zerg player. We have our red Zerg. It is GG Machine. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the German Terran player. We have the red Terran representing himself, and also Arax going for the proxy 2 ranks. It is Moja. And again, welcome one and all to OSC King of the Hill. King of the Hill, what is this? This is a King of the Hill style format, best of ones, purely best of ones between all these players. The winner stays on, the loser is eliminated, and we have 15. We have 15 best of ones lined up, ready for us. 15 players back to back to determine our King of the Hill. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim this game, bearing in mind best of one, proxy 2 racks. Moja does double down, and GG Machine for the time being is unaware. Overlords are moving out as we speak, trying to get a read on what's going on, and so far we have the second Overlord pinned here behind or outside of the natural, is in position to scout to confirm what's going on, and the proxy is upon us. Proxy's upon us. Just catching up with the chat. Lights, you need to get some rest sometime. No, not today. After this cast, after this stream, then we can get some sleep, then we can get some rest. Until then, though, we double down. But here we go. The SCVs are going to be moving in. We have a third SCV as well, faking a proxy 3x, but he does fully wall up. Oh boy, okay, the racks have been placed. We do see GG Machine does respond with Lings. We have 4 Lings on the way. Queens are amassing as well, but the hatchery is under fire. Marines are going to be trickling in. And GG Machine, it looks like he's going to abandon the natural. Ooh, going for the Roach Warren. A couple things are happening. Okay. First things first, GG Machine, he never scouted. He never saw what was going on. He's checking across the map. Based on the third SCV, it looks like a proxy 3 racks here. Honestly, GG Machine, he could fight for the natural, but he's not. He believes it's more committed than it is, and this is getting more damage than it should. Like, this is not designed to kill, this is not designed to end the game, but it is faking GG Machine out, and now the natural base is going to go down. So, massive pick off again. This should not have happened. Back at home, we're already working on that next step. We should be working on the factory momentarily. Marines, yep, they're already rallying back home. Moja already abandoning this position, and he does get a kill. I mean, I say that roaches are on the way. Can GG Machine save the base? Nah, no shot. He won't save the expansion. It will go down, and then Moja can get the hell out of here. He's racing back home. Factory's on the way. And again, this was a misread out of GG Machine, and now he's forced all in. He's forced into one base all in. Ravagers are morphing in. And eventually he will break out. But the problem here is that what's going to be ready behind this? Soon to be Cyclones. There's the salvage. Salvage on that bunker. Likewise, repairs will keep the second bunker alive a little bit longer. Just containing the Zerg player. Does look to contain. Yo, shout out to late corner node in the chat. Bienvenidos. Behind this Moja going for his own 2-on-1 setup here. Starport is on the way. Tank lab on the factory. All he needs is a Cyclone. There we go. The first bunker does go down. Gets one. Oh. And does get the other. We're going for the Ravager. Nice knife. Very nice set there out of Moja. Does take down one of the Ravagers. Finally, it does break out. Finally, GG Machine can re-expand, but again, he sustained so many losses here behind this. Moja is ahead. Faster natural, better saturation, working on the Cyclone. These Ravagers, they should not get much done. As the Cyclone will shut this down. And the question becomes, GG Machine, what does he do from here? Does he try to re-drone and try to macro out of this, or does he go for a 2-base all-in? Again, trying to macro out is going to be difficult here for Moja. Does threaten to dive. It does attempt to threaten. The Cyclone has arrived, and now Moja, he can start to move out. He can start to hunt down these Ravagers. And this is just a really raw position for GG Machine. Moja now expanding. Getting to his own 3-1-1 setup. From here, can soon take his natural, can start working on a third CC. Behind this, we could even go for an add-on swap, but no safety tank. Safety tank is on the way, so Moja just playing it out safely here, not going for Banshees, just going for the drop. Let's go for the drop. From here, GG Machine is going into a very fast lair. Okay, I mean, I say fast, it's a late lair, but given the kind of game state and the circumstances, is rushing into that lair on 2 bases. Gases are being taken. He's gonna have to go into a Roach Heavy style. At the same time, oof, it's supply blocked. Overlord goes down. Moja dipping back in, looking for another Overlord. Queens are ready. And GG Machine going into a Bailey nest. Okay. Does go for the nest. Getting into Ling Bane. And Moja being forced back. And again, I was curious earlier if we were going to go for the all-in. I don't see any Evo Chambers, not yet. But never mind. We're taking gases, we're joining up. So GG Machine is going to try to macro out of this, is going to try to stabilize. Moja does have the advantage. He does have momentum on his side, and that is a terrifying army. Right now, GG Machine doesn't really have much to work with. This is the army. He's got 3 Ravagers. He has 13 Zerglings. This is barely an army. If Moja were to push that here and now and hit with Stim and +1, I don't know if GG Machine can hold. I should say, I don't think he will hold. It's going to be a tough defense here for the Zerg. Ay. He just sustained so many losses already in this game. We spoke about it, winding it back. Moja, he faked a 3-racks and he killed a base. Like, that should not have happened. GG Machine, he was just unaware of as to what was going on. With that, Moja moving in. 12 Bailings are morphing. And they still need a little bit more time. He does sit forward. The first tank is going to pile down. Not bad. Oh, never mind. Piles that don't connect. Oh, brutal shots going up. Bailing speed just now finishing up. But now there's no support. There's no supports. There's one Ravager. There's a handful of Zerglings. Does kite back. Bailings they crash into tanks of all things. Not a bad connection there towards the end. As the tank barely gets sniped. It's still a really rough trade here for GG Machine. He's trying to hold on, trying to survive, but here comes a rally. And Moja, he should just be able to rally in. Should just rally in, catches out the Ravager. Ooh, won't deny the Bailings. Bailings, they finish up. Okay, GG Machine, he's holding. He's holding on, he's surviving. There's another tank sieges. And Moja, he's not expanding. He's choosing not to expand, he's just going for a 2-base all-in. But does he overextend? The rally. He has to stim. Stims once again. He barely doesn't have enough. It's still so close. And GG Machine, as he holds against this, he's getting further ahead. He has an expansion. He's got a 4th base. He has better drones, better saturation. Remember, Moja's all in. This push was meant to end the game, and he should have ended the game. But again, the Bailey connections at the start of the fight were good enough. They were good enough. Moja, he did not split. And the comeback is real, Piles. Ooh, they do focus on both Liberators. They were stacked. The Libs were stacked. Marines are forced to pick up, and GG gets called. The all-in fails. GG Machine, he barely holds on, barely survives, and does take game number 1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. Again, the Bailings were the MVPs. They barely held on. We spoke about that first fight with Bailing speed finishing, and he did trade well enough, did connect well enough with those Marines. Again, Moja should have killed him then and there, but the Bailings were a little bit too good, and well, the connections were too good. The splits were not there for Moja, and with that, GG Machine, he barely holds on and snowballs into a win. GG. GG well played. Whew, GG Machine is going to be our first King of the Hill, our first of many, I'm sure, as he will begin his win streak. We now have our new king. GG well played. GG Machine, he will take it, and the question becomes, who's up next? Who is up next? As we are going to be waiting for our next opponent here. We do have a lineup ready. There's a lot of players lying in wait. But who will rise to the challenge? Clutch rating, very clutch, Matthew, very clutch. But alas, with that, we have our first player claiming his win. As a reminder, the format is a best of one, so purely best of ones here. Purely best of ones are available, and we have 15 best of ones ready for us. It's going to be 15. So we do need a moment here to bring in our next player. Oh, there we go. We have our next opponent. I did see him lurking earlier. Up next is going to be the Polish Protoss player. He just came back from the Americas, and it is going to be GG Machine versus Geralt in a best of one. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Again, Geralt, he just came back from Philadelphia. He was in the Americas, of course, last weekend. He was competing in Philadelphia, and he had a really strong performance for himself, but now he is here, now he is back, and the StarCraft continues. He's either no slowing down, not here. And we'll see if he can claim that crown from GG Machine, or we'll see if GG Machine can continue his reign. Oh, continue his reign. Here we go. As our next game is going to be on Persephone. Now, when it comes to the format, it isn't just best of ones, but it is, of course, the current King of the Hill gets one veto. They get one veto, so GG Machine, he has one veto available to him. Meanwhile, after that one veto, then we have Challenger pick. So Geralt, he has chosen his map of choice, does have that advantage. It is going to be Persephone. Loading into Persephone as game number 2. Here we go. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Streamer Zone. We have a new challenger. It is Geralt. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Zerg player, the current King of the Hill. It is GG Machine. Let's go. Let us go. As again, Geralt, he's coming in as, I would say, one of the heavy hitters here, heavy favorites to make a deep run. He's been looking so damn good as of late. So what did Geralt recently achieve? He recently drew down Spirit in a best of 5, Spirit 3-1. That was a big win for Geralt, but at the same time, bearing in mind, these are best of ones. These are best of ones here, not best of 3s. So because of that, different formats, one game is all it takes. Even if you have a favorite player here, that means almost nothing here in a best of 1 because anything can happen. It's all on the table. Anything is possible. But now, hatch gas pool, standard open at GG Machine. Likewise, Geralt going for his own gate expand setup here. Going for his own gate expand into Cybercore and into most likely a Stargate. Geralt, he isn't really one to deviate too much in this matchup. He does often play standard, but we'll see what happens after the opener. Like, even though we expect a standard opener, from there we can go into early glaives, we can go into more defensive start, into a storm heavy composition. We'll see where Geralt takes us. Likewise, welcome to Persephone. Persephone is one of the smaller maps in the map pool, shorter rush distance by ground, a very direct rush distance as well. We do expect aggression on this map, but at the same time, we haven't really been casting much of GG Machine as of late. We'll see how he does approach Geralt. See how he does approach him. And so now we are just settling in. No major tech deviation yet. Again, standard openers, we're expecting the Stargate. Based on the final location, yep, Stargate is thrown down. GG Machine just going to be droning, saturating, building up towards his third base. And we'll see if GG Machine goes for an earlier Evo Chamber into +1 melee. We'll see if he goes into a Roach Warren instead, into Roach Ravager. Could try to cut tech. Could even go for an earlier lair. That's what we're waiting for. Waiting to see, is it going to be a Bailey Nest, a Roach Warren, an Evo Chamber, or a lair? Meanwhile, across the map, Geralt just going for a Stargate into most likely Oracle. He could go into a Void Ray to hunt down Overlords. That's also viable as an option. Stargate is now done, and it is going to be the Oracle first. So, standard opener out of Geralt. Does open Oracle. With this, can then move out across the map, can scout, can try to harass, can keep an eye on the saturation, make sure there's no crazy all-in coming. That's the hope. As Geralt does claim his third. Lings, they do move out to try to punish the third base, but that's what the Oracle's going to be for. As the Oracle moves out across the map, Lings, they move in. Ooh, and the natural base is open. Yeah, the natural is open, gets one probe, gets the surround on the Stalker. Ooh, that should not have happened. Stalker taking a lot of hits, but does escape, does get away. And with that, Geralt holds. But the Oracle does race back home. And will clean up all the Zerglings, but this does delay the scout, it does delay the Oracle. Behind this is standard follow-up at +1 and a Twilight, Forge and Twilight Council working towards +1 and Blink. I will say that, I say standard timing, this is a little bit earlier, so there's a chance, there's a possibility that this is going to be charged instead of Blink. There is a chance. Oracles move out, we have our take of choice, going Evo Chamber first from the side of GG Machine. Does open Evo Chamber. Ooh. As Oracles, they get 3 drone kills so far. Nice damage. Pick up 3 workers, they pull away. Evo Chamber is now done. It shows the upgrade, +1 melee. So we see that GG Machine is going into melee, most likely into Lings, into Hydras, but that is a hidden Bailey Nest. We're going for a bust. Oh no! Oh, as the Oracle gets in and does get a full scout, Geralt, he gets eyes on the Bailey Nest. And GG Machine has to make a choice. Now, the scout is early enough where GG Machine, he could cancel. He could cancel and we could just drone and saturate and go into Ling Hydra. He doesn't have to give into the all-in. I would hope that he doesn't, because now Geralt knows. Now he knows what's happening, now he knows what's coming his way. It is no longer a surprise.
Game paused.
As we have a bit of a pause. We have had Geralt experience some latency issues in the past, so hopefully everything's okay. Hopefully there are no major issues. Oh. As it jumped back in. So it looks like there was a phone call. No. But okay, so we have GG Machine. He's going to be droning up to 3-base saturation. He's getting there. We do have a surge of Lings on the way. And basically, if in the next macro cycle we see more Zerglings, then we know he's just going for a bust. Ooh, big supply block. Yeah, brutal supply block here. 5 Overlords in production. Is going to be +1 and Blink, not charged from the side of Geralt. And more Zerglings. Yeah, more Zerglings. So despite the scouts, he's still doubling down. We can see Geralt. Oh, I say that. Lair has begun. Okay. Lair is on the way. Stays strapped behind the mineral line. 28 more Zerglings in production. Massive stasis. Oh, GG Machine, he does not react. He does not respond. Does take down the Oracle at least. But this is brutal damage. They shed into the mineral line. They force back GG Machine. Banelings are morphing in. But GG Machine, he's got to go. Another stasis in the main. Another stasis goes off. And again, Geralt, remember, he scouted the Bailey Nest earlier. He's shutting this down. Bailings, they do not get into the mineral line. Only 2 probe kills. That's not good enough. Blink finishes up in at 10 seconds. Oh, not bad. Catching up some Stalkers. Takes down the pylon, and a lot of Stalkers do go down. This can still work. And this is working. The Oracles are needed back at home, but alas, again, one Oracle already went down. No Oracles to defend. And force fields are running out. Lings, they're busting in. Yeah, there's no Storm, just High Templar, Archon on the way. Lings, they try to rush forward. They get a decent service area here on the Stalkers. It's getting close. The Archon does finish morphing. Yeah, the Archon is done. The Archon will shut down these Ducklings, not without the Stalkers falling though. Yeah, boys are being pulled, but Geralt holds. Geralt, he does hold. Shield battery is done. Cannon is done. The Archon morphs in, and he only loses 3 probes. That's a crazy defense here by Geralt. And now GG Machine's in a rough position. Again, he was so dedicated, so committed. Now, he does have a lair, true, and he does have a Hydrogen on the way, but the drone count here was lacking for so long. Now he's been droning, now he's been resaturating. But Geralt, I would say, is in a better position here, as he's working towards Storm. Like, the Hydras, they don't really have that timing available to them. What I will say, though, Infestation Pit. Okay, we're taking up a little bit further here. We're not just going into Ling Bane Hydra, we're working towards the Lurker tech. So Infestation Pit into Hive into Lurker Den. GG Machine is taking up. He is going to be taking up. Meanwhile, Geralt claiming his 4th. As he's setting up back at home. We did mention that when we saw the Infestation Pit, that did scream Lurkers. There it is. Lurker Den is on the way. Getting into Lunkers. Race back, Lings are cleaned up. And we're going to be here for a while. The game is slowing down. After the explosive starts from GG Machine, we're slowing the game down. We're getting into Lurkers, taking into Hive, into Lurker Tech, into Lurker upgrades. Meanwhile, Geralt is going into Sky Toss, Fleet Beacon, Stargate, taken to the skies here. That is the correct call to make. Now that he realizes that, of course, his opponent is taking up, now is the time for Sky Toss. The Lurkers are just not finishing. Just in time. Lurkers are done. At the same time, they'll say push in the right hand side. Ooh, they take down the line of Spine Crawlers. Spine Crawlers, they are falling. The Lurkers just not barring in. And they will defend, but not before losing the base. Expansion was denied. And Geralt, he's still in a better position. Like, Geralt, he still has a secure economy. He's still working towards a superior army as well. GG Machine is on the back foot, but he's getting there. He's getting there, re-expanding, retaking those bases. Now, there's only a slim window here where Hydra Lurker can really excel. Outside of that, we will need Vipers, and Aspire as the Skytoss builds up. But we're not there yet. Again, there's still only 2 Tempest. So Hydras are still viable. Still viable. Once again, Spine Crawlers are denied. Lurkers trying to keep up, but they were out of position. Ooh, as we're trading out Hydras. Not ideal. Lurkers, once again, they rotate. Now GG Machine now is aware of the Tempest. Trying to go for a Baneling Portal, but it doesn't quite connect. And we'll see if we can catch out the ground army. Oh, doesn't move out. It's mainly just Ling Lurker. Only 2 Tempests. We spoke about this. The Skytoss is not there. High Templar gets around it. Nice catch. Nice catch here from GG Machine. Waddling in. Still pushing forward. Oh god. They're running into Storm, running into more Tempest. And you can see as the Tempest count gets higher, the Lurkers are less effective. And they do nothing here. Yeah, Lurkers are going down left and right. Ay, ay, ay. So many Lurkers falling. Geralt collapsing in, and there's no support. The lurkers on their own, they do nothing. They need some kind of support here. There's 2 Hydras coming in. There's 3 Queens. And the Tempest, they just rain down here on the Zerg army. More Hydras trickling in. Going for the Mothership. Mothership taking a lot of damage. There is no Storm. Mothership goes down. But the Tempest, they can still kite back. They can still trade well. Yeah, they take down the Hydras. Oof. Catching out the lurkers. Chasing down those queens. Catching out all 3. Oh, they launch in. Let's go. Hydras, they launch forward. They catch all the Tempest. Nice catch there from GG Machine. At the same time, Delaramai runs into a wall of Spine Crawlers. GG Machine, he's holding. He's surviving. Where exactly are we? When it comes to our economies, Geralt still has the greater economy here, but the production is failing him. Sure, he has a bank, but he needs more Stargates. 2 more Stargates on the way, building up to 4. So 4 Stargate production, building up more Tempest. He's up to 5 at High Templar. There's not really much on the ground there to protect them. Against lurkers, that's where Immortals and Archons can excel. And Geralt, he's not quite there. He's lacking that support. Support is lacking. GG Machine moving in. Status this forward, takes down the Cybercore. Nice snipe. It's a nice plus 2. Nice plus 2. The lurkers, they are a little bit exposed. Brutal Storm. And there's no way out of this. Yeah, Tempest, they come in from behind. The army's trapped. He's trapped. There's only one way in. He has to commit. Takes out the Stargates. Not bad. Stargates are going down. But last Tempest, they catch out so much of this army. Yeah, taking down every single lurker, taking down the Hydras. Oh. Yeah, and everything will fall. And behind this GG Machine, he can try to rebuild. He's going into no Corruptor. Sorry, no Lurker, but into Mass Corruptor. So Mass Corruptor's on the way. That will help. That was still a brutal loss there for GG Machine. Sure, he killed an expansion, but this wasn't the most valuable base. Did at least deny +2. But now we have double Cybercore, another expansion, a wall of static defense. What are we missing though? Archons. We spoke earlier about the support for the Skytoss, and typically against Mass Corruptor, what do you need? Storm and Archons. We have Storm, but where are the Archons back? Ay. Like, this Mass Corruptor transition here can work wonders if there are no Archons, if there is no support for the Skytoss. Lings are deflected. The Warlock Cannons does persevere. Now go for Banelings. For Baneling run by. G Machine is still kind of strapped for cash. Has Rota how many Tempests? 13, soon to be 15. This is also too many Tempests as well. Okay, so when it comes to your ideal Skytoss army, you have, you know, around maybe 6 to 7 Tempests, but you don't want to go mass Tempests because, again, you do need to complement your army, right? With some carriers or with Storm, Archons, Immortals on the ground as well, Stalkers. Maybe less so Stalkers and more Archon Storm. But this army is a little bit lacking here. Sure, the Tempest count is high, but that makes it easier to counter, as the army is less complex. But there's that one Archon, okay. Have the one Archon. So far, 22 Corruptors. Now, unfortunately here for GG Machine, I spoke about how vulnerable this army is. there's no spellcasters, whether it's infestors with neurals and fungals, or whether it's vipers with parasitic bombs and abductions. There are no spellcasters, so that's also where G Machina's army is a little bit lacking as well. Lacking those spellcasters. It's also a little bit more one note, which is a concern. Double Nidus on the way. Geralt, he is rotating. You're rotating over, looking for a way in. Okay, that's a lot of Tempest. As again, it's almost mass Tempest here. Almost pure Tempest from Geralt. As we have how many? We have 15. Jesus. Machine, he's looking for a way in. Not quite able to. Here with the main army. He should not push into this. I mean, at this point, G Machine, he could just avoid it and just go for the bases. But not quite the center expansion. The Tempest, they punishes, they just bully the army. And now we finally have some infestors on the way, but they are late. Late infestors out of GG Machine. Does pull back, does pull away. Double Nidus into the main. Geralt does notice, does recall. Let's recall back home. Let's very clear here, going into up to 30 corruptors. Oh. Not too sure where we're headed. A bit of a misrally. Yeah, massive misrally. It looks like that was meant to be the Overseer, just the Overseer for changelings. As Geralt has claimed the center expansion, going for the gold. We have some infestors coming in for fungals, does lock down the army, but here come the storms. Massive storms on the Hydras. Yeah, storms are popping up, Hydras go down. Likewise, Tempest, they pull back to the cannons. And that was 3 Tempests. That was three Tempests going down, and there's still 12 left. Machine pulls away. Building up his army once again. And the Archon kind of still very low. Like, as we saw, G Machine, if he has an opportunity, he can just close that distance and just dive on the army. We're still making more Tempest. Okay. I mean, specifically against his Zerg opponent, like, this is still fine for Geralt. Like, he still has the greater force. Just because there are no Vipers. Like, again, without many Archons, there's only one. With only one Archon, you can Parasitic Bomb. You can dive on this army with a Powerball. Like, you can shut this down. Neural has not been researched, so no Neural. Can Fungal. Once again, they'll threaten the dive. Fungal goes up. Corruptors, they do not commit. Also, because the ground army is lacking so much, this is where Ultras would excel. Ultras, their job, their role here would be to get on top of the High Templar, and without any Immortals, without Archons, like these High Templar are so vulnerable. Whether it's Ultras, whether it's Zergling, just a way to collapse in. Zerglings that would be killed by Storm, Ultras would not. Again, it's only one Archon and one Immortal. But unfortunately, GG Machine is focused elsewhere, right? He's working on more Lurkers, more more Hydras. Here diving into the main. This is a bold move. Takes down the mothership. Has to get out of the slow zone though. Oof. Yeah, it doesn't get trapped in. The one Archon turns away. Lurkers, they do finish up though. Okay, let's go. Only three. Only three Lurkers. Not enough. And GG Machine plummets in supply. It does plummet. That was a bold move, not quite worth it. Did kill the mothership at least. To take down the mothership. Yo, let's go. Contamination as well. Those forces to be rebuilt elsewhere. More Nidal Storms being thrown down, causing a big distraction. And GG Machine is broke. He just spent his he's burning through his gas so quickly. He is also oversaturated. He's running out of resources. It's coming in. Fully back the army. What the heck? I mean, Geralt's fine. Like Geralt, he's very much so in control of this game and has been for the past like 15 minutes, maybe longer. Storm popping up. Again, just bullying the army, free corruptors, lurkers as well. Tempest, they just bully GG Machine, claiming the expansion. Takes out the base. Geralt's having fun. He's enjoying himself. Again, he's just been freely mining from the gold the entire time. That's why his bank is just so huge. And again, GG Machine is down to 300 gas. Like he's broke. He cannot remax after this. Except with Zerglings, of course. That's why he's so link heavy now. Like, that's all he can afford. Just mass Zergling. I do think that can excel against the ground army at least. He can force out some storms. Geralt throwing away probes. May as well. Oh, decent fungal. Fungal does pop off. Likewise timing on the army. Where are the storms? Yeah, storms, some of them do can kill. The storms are brutal. Jesus, yeah, storms are brutal. GG gets called as GG Machine. He will lose the entire army, and Geralt, he will claim the game and be our new King of the Hill. GG. Whew. GG, well played again. And Geralt, he was in the driver's seat for most of that game. If you recall, it all began with an all-in. It all began with hyper-aggression out of GG Machine, committing across the map, and in the end, he was overwhelmed. Or I should say that the aggression did subside. He did not deal enough damage. He fell behind. He was stuck with a subpar army of Ling Hydra Lurker, no Vipers, no Spellcasters. Eventually got into Corruptors, but was shut down. Meanwhile, a big shout to Pacheca. God, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Pacheca. I see Enki El Hermoso in the chat as well. Oh my god, Enki. But thank you so much. Thank you so much. Gracias. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great cast. I was watching earlier. You were covering the RSL, the Revival StarCraft League, so I hope you had a great time. Gracias. Thank you so much for the raid. And hope to see more casting in the future. You know, Pacheca has been casting a little bit more as of late, whether it's the LATAM League or whether it's RSL as well, has been stepping into the ring, stepping into that role of casting. GG. And with that, Geralt does claim the win here. We are getting ready for game number 2, getting ready for our next best of 1. ¿Cómo estás? Oh, un poco cansado. This is our third cast of the day. Antes we were live with GSL, estamos vivo con GSL, y después de eso con the podcast, y ahora con el OSC King of the Hill. With the King of the Hill. So 3 casts back to back to back. It's been an intense day of StarCraft, but the StarCraft continues. We keep it going. Do keep it going. And again, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you. Do appreciate it. As Geralt does take the 1-0 lead here, does take the game, and we are here to determine our next opponent here. Geralt, he's going to be going up against our new challenger. Who's it going to be? Who is it going to be? Oh, okay. We're heading over to the America server here as we have our next challenger. Up next is going to be Geralt versus Percival in a Protoss versus Terran matchup. Again, Percival has been looking insane as of late. He recently took down Creator. He recently did take down, I want to say he went to the ace match against, was it SKillous or Showtime? But Percival has been getting some better and better results here in this matchup. I would say his best matchup is Terran versus Protoss, and now he's up against Geralt. I do think this is a worthy opponent. Let's go. Catching up. A lot of work, bro. Nice. Como siempre. Como siempre. Enki as well. Always hard at work. Always casting. Always. It's catching up. I'm gonna go for something to eat. BRB to see some more StarCraft. enjoy. Get some nice food. Get some arepas. And sopapillas. That's yo, when I think of Chilean cuisine, that's what goes through my mind. Oh no. Let's go. Otherwise, for now, looks like we have our next lobby. That's all I know. From comida chileno or chilena. Oh, that's sopapillas. So we're getting into our next game. Game 1 is going to be on ley lines. Is that a pajama? Oh, don't worry about it. Maybe. Getting into our next best of 1. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Leylands, we have our South Korean Terran player. We have our blue Terran representing Team Little Fairy. It is Percival. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the current King of the Hill. We have the Polish Protoss player, the red Protoss. It is Geralt. And if you're in the chats, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chats as you get your gamba going. Arepas are more from Venezuela and Colombia. Okay. We more bread. And sopapillas are from here. Amazing. There you go. Pancito. Sí, pancito. Okay, fair enough. No sabía. I didn't know that arepas were from Colombia y Venezuela. Gracias, guys. Thank you for letting us know. Thank you. Gracias. Actually, I've never had a sopapilla before. So never had it. One day. We'll make our own. Now I'm getting hungry. For now, though, settling in. Again, when it comes to Percival's play as of late, he has been excelling so much in TVP. I would say it is his strongest matchup. He's been able to take down. All right, that was the series. He went to the ace match. He went all the way to game 7 against SOS. He took down Creator as well, so he's been taking down some of the big Korean Protoss players. How does he fare against Geralt, though? Let's go. Double gas opener out of Percival, going for a faster factory. With this, he can go into Reactor Reaper Hellion, he can go into Widowmine drop, early Cyclone, add-on swap into Banshee play. There are a lot of options here for Percival, and we'll see where he takes us in this best of 1. Regardless, tech heavy, late expand. So late expansion here for Percival. Meanwhile, across the map, standard opener out of Geralt. Does go for a standard start. We'll expand, we'll saturate that natural. Percival moves out, and we are waiting to see our add-on of choice. We'll still expand. This is not an all-in. He's still going for the CC, but again, the CC is delayed in favor of our tech. Reaper first. Does open Reaper, and we'll see if he does go for a reactor or a tech lab. Oh, hello. Actually, no tech lab on the factory, going for the faster Hellion into faster starports. Okay. So Hellion, we have the reactor in production. There's that starport on the way. Back at home, Geralt opening up Twilight Council. So Twilight Council open out of Geralt. This should just be Blink. Should just be a Blink-based opener. There are some players that have been embracing more charge-heavy styles and charge-heavy compositions, but that's a very niche build, and we don't quite expect that out of Geralt. Don't expect that. From here, Reapers, they poke in, they head towards the main. So far, we do have 2 Reapers and 1 Hellion, so a very light commitment into Reaper Hellion. We could go up to 3, 4, 5 Reapers, but cutting it early, going for the faster add-on swap. Do have Reactor Marine and Cyclone production. Now, from here, we just go for a Cyclone drop. We could just go for drop play. We could be going for something a little bit more tech-heavy, though. We'll see. We're just easing our way into this. So here comes the Cyclone, here comes the drop. Likewise across the map. Getting to our upgrade of choice. There's Blink. Blink is on the way, and we expect Geralt to be quite safe here in the early game, to go up to 3 Gate Blink Stalker. After seeing the double gas, now is not the time to expand. And there it is, 3rd gateway. So the 3rd gateway gets thrown down, so very safe play here by Geralt, getting up to 3 gates. From here, we could take extra gases, and we could go for a Robo. Oh, that I was not expecting. 4th gateway, okay. A rare side here out of Geralt, going 4 Gate Blink Stalker. Again, 4 Gate Blink is very out of meta, very out of fashion. It used to be very trendy, you know, 1-2 years ago. Max Packs, of course, was known for nothing but 4 Gate Blink Stalker. You know what, drop does make a pass, barely. Drop does rush in, it does get eyes on the gateway, gets behind the middle line as well. Probe's going to be going down. Geralt's racing on over, out of position. So far, it's going to be 5 probe kills Reapers. They do head back over. Getting up to 6 workers in total. Not bad. Behind this, we have Cloak Banshee on the way. We were expecting an add-on swap here. So yes, it's going to be Cyclone drop into Cloak Banshee. Very committed play here by Percival. Very tech-heavy. And so far, Geralt, he doesn't scout. He doesn't confirm. He has no idea. He has no idea what's going on. There is no sentry. There is a sentry. We're waiting for the hallucination. We're waiting for that scout. We need to get a read on what's going on. That's Percival, he's settling in. Stalkers, they fan out. Sentry does stay at home, but doesn't hallucinate. Now, my concern here is 0 detection. There's 0 detection. There is a Robo on the way, thankfully, but that was a Robo after the 3rd. Stalkers, they go for the dive. They take down the 1st tank. Not bad. And 1 tank goes down. Gets 1. Takes down 1. Goes for the Cyclone. Does pull away. Decent pick off here by Geralt, but here come the Banshees. And 2 Banshees, they can one-shot. They can one-shot workers. They're making their way towards the main. Back at home, Geralt, he's still setting up. Thankfully, he does have 1 observer. The Stalker count is quite low. The Stalkers are all across the map. There's nothing ready for this. There's 1 sentry. There's a sentry. There's a zealot. Oof. And this is critical damage. And 1, 2, 3 probe kills. From here, can go for the sentry. And we'll snipe. Yeah, sentry goes down. 5, 6. Can we get 7? Not quite. But 6 probes. Oh. Nice surround. Very nice setup. Geralt does clean up the Banshees. Now, this was good damage, but both Banshees went down. 2 Banshees for 6 probes. I would say that's a better defense here for Geralt, so nice crisis management. That could have been so much worse. But Geralt does defend, and now Percival, he himself, 2 base all in. 2 base all in. Do you see what I see? 2 more Vaxes. 2 more Vaxes. Basically, those 2 Vaxes could have been a 3rd. They could have been a 3rd CC, but there is no expansion in sight. Percival is going to double down, and he might pull the boys with this. He might pull the boys. He might just send it across the map. Here comes the on siege. Here comes the push. comes the move out. Nice snipe. Yeah, very nice. The Observer sees everything. Geralt, he does snipe one of the tanks, so it's one tank left. And Geralt, he's doing everything he can to slow down this push. Stim is not yet done. Storm is on the way. It's going to finish up just in time. Geralt claiming a 4th base in the middle of this. Bold move. Very bold. This Percival, he's still committed. He's getting add-ons. This tells us that he might expand with this. Okay. Add-ons are on the way. Storm is coming in. Uh-oh. Storm does connect. Yeah, brutal connection. The splits are late. As they'll say charge in. Yeah, he will clean this up. Geralt, he swallows up the army. Marshall goes up, but the tanks go down. Another storm. And Percival, he will lose everything. His army crumbles. Down to a couple of Widow Mines, down to a couple of units left. There's still another storm. Decent Widow Mine shots. Mine shots going off. Geralt claiming his 4th base. And Percival, remember, he never expanded. He never took a 3rd. He never took another base. He was committed on 2 bases. He was all in. Oh, God. Another storm. And Percival, he's running out of steam. He's just running out of steam here. The longer this goes on, the better it is for Geralt. As he's warping in more Archons, more High Templar. Geralt, oh, he respects the Liberators. Does respect the freedom. Oh. Likewise cleans up the Widow Mines. Backs up once again, preserving those High Templar, preserving those Storms. And I'll be honest, I'm a little bit surprised that we never did pull the boys. Like, there's still no expansion. Like, there's no macro, right? There's no macro from here. There's no follow-up. Army comes in from behind. Catching out reinforcements. Not bad. Storm as well. Yeah, brutal storms. Storms are connecting. Geralt, he just collapses in. Yeah, a bit of a messy engagement here. There's one Liberator left with plenty of anti-air. Oh, God. And Percival, there's no escaping. There's no escaping. I mean, he does get away with some medevacs, but his army got shut down. And Geralt, he just skyrockets ahead. Here, the supply is not, it's not lying. It's not lying. Widow Mines are cleaned up. And Geralt, he can just force his way forward. He's still got 3 storms. 3 storms. Getting a 5th expansion. Getting a 5th base. We don't even need it, Papi. Yeah. Doesn't need the expansion. Why not? Does take it. Storm popping up as well. Again, the army's overstimmed. And we were giving praise to Percival, but nah, Geralt, he's back from the Americas. He's back with a vengeance. GG, and Geralt, he will take another win here. He will take down Percival and will still be our King of the Hill. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Geralt, he will claim the game. He will claim the series here. Again, a very intense back and forth. Percival definitely had some strong moments, like his Banshee harass, for example, but he did commit to a 2-base all-in, and Geralt did a great job at shutting it down, right? He had vision of the push. He was able to snipe the first tank. That was a big moment for Geralt, sniping the tank as it went out across the map, and likewise was able to engage, slow down the all-in before it got across the map as well. He got away with a 4th base, a 5th base. Geralt, he was so greedy, but he was ready for it. GG, well played. And with that, Geralt, he will claim the win, and we'll see who will rise to the challenge here. As a reminder, best of 1. These are all best of 1s, not best of 3s. So Percival, he is out, and we'll see who jumps in. Here we go. We're heading over to the European region here. It looks like we have an opponent. It's going to be a heavy hitter. Up next is going to be a PvP. PvP between Geralt and SKillous. SKillous, one of the best Protoss players in all of Europe. Is not going to be an easy one. Not an easy opponent. As SKillous, he has been quite intense and has been on a tear as of late, has been competing in a lot of online tournaments, and we'll see if Geralt can hold on to that crown. We'll see if SKillous can claim it from him. Let's go. Vetoes are underway. Just catching up. Just catching up. What's so JA, so I should say in Spanish, I mean I think it's explained. Yeah. It's Pacheco is explained. But in Spanish, the J is pronounced like a H. So it's like it's JA. Just adds a heads up. That's what you say when you're laughing. It's a bit of a different pronunciation in Spanish. J and H. Just adds a heads up. I'm back with pancita. Let's go. Chiles, sopapillas, and empanadas, papi. Oh, let's go. It's been a while. So I've had some empanadas. Lovely. But yes, we are getting ready here for our next matchup, for our next PvP. So we are jumping in. And the next game is going to be once again on ley lines. Let's go. But yes, hope you had a great time casting. Hope you had a great time casting and covering RSL. Hope you had a great time. As the series continues. As a reminder, this is a best of one, and as a reminder, we have 15 best of ones lined up for us. 15 players. Let's go. As spawning in the top right hand corner of ley lines, we have our current king of the hill. We have the Polish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Streamer Zone. Again, he just came back from the Americas. He just came back from Cheesadelphia, and he is on a tear. He's on a win streak. We'll see if anyone can stop him. It is Geralt. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player representing Team Liquid. It is SKillous. And if you're in the chat, predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our PvP. As SKillous does move out. Let's go. The probe is sent across the map. Now, I'll be honest, when it comes to SKillous and Geralt, they're both a little bit more macro-oriented. I know that never mind. I know that PvP does have a bit of a reputation, of course, and it can be very chaotic. SKillous just scouting. He's scouting for a proxy. We have seen Geralt at times be quite fond of proxy Stargate, but here he's staying back at home, and SKillous is ensuring that there's no shenanigans out on the map. It does move out, does scout. He may opt to hide a second pylon. Oh, hello. As Geralt, we spoke about proxy Stargate, he is in position for a proxy Stargate. Okay. Pylon is going to be thrown down. A bit of a cheeky start here out of Geralt. At the same time, SKillous still out on the map as well. And there it is. We have the pylon. Let's go. Proxy pylon out of SKillous, proxy pylon out of Geralt. I was like, oh, they're typically more macro-oriented. Nah. Not this time. Not this time. Let's go. Pylon is on the way. Now, based on this location from Geralt, at most, it's either a fake proxy pylon or a proxy Stargate. Probe moves out. Yeah, it's fake. So, fake proxy out of Geralt. Meanwhile, real proxy out of SKillous. SKillous is going for a one-base all-in, and Geralt is playing standard. He's trying to fake out his opponent, but remember, SKillous, he has not even scouted. He doesn't know that the pylon is missing. Doesn't know that anything is amiss or awry. Geralt now moving in. Geralt, he will soon confirm that the pylon is missing here for SKillous. Oh, never mind. Geralt going for the pylon does not scout his opponent. Uh-oh. Geralt's in the dark. He's in the dark. He has no idea what's going on. Probe scout from SKillous does confirm that the pylon is nowhere to be found. So SKillous knows the pylon is missing. Meanwhile, Geralt does not know that there's a proxy. Say fan out across the map. Immortal production has begun. Meanwhile, defensive robot out of Geralt. Good read. Ideally, this is ideal against an all-in to go for the robo, to go for your own immortal production, but it is late. And there's the expand. Against skills, he wanted Geralt to expand. He wants him to macro up, but Epsay do shade into the main, and they don't quite commit. Checking the vision skills, he does scout the robo, he is aware. So the robo from here pulls back. Oh, does commit once again to it. Epsay can one-shot probes. 1, 2, 3 probes going to be going down. Can he get 4? Barely can. Yeah, 4 probe kills, brutal pickoffs. At the same time, here comes the all-in. The Immortal has arrived, looking down the low ground. Not committing yet, waiting for the Warp Prism. Waiting for reinforcements, bearing in mind there's 2 gateways behind this. Warping in a couple of sentries. Our force field can lock down the ramp, and it will. Yeah, he can lock it down. Ooh, locks away that Immortal. Yeah, picks up the sentries. And Geralt's army is cut in half. He's going to be picked apart here. Once again, another force field. Forced to recall. And he does save his units. Does save the army. Clutch recall there out of Geralt. Does pull back. SKillous moving in. Does move in, containing Geralt, going for the gateway. Bearing in mind that's there's only 2 gateways powered. At least so far. Gateway goes down. The gateway, second Immortal has arrived. Going for the second gateway. And now it's down to 0. Okay, we have 2 more gates on the way. But for the time being, no production, just Immortals. And just more Immortals on the way. And SKillous trying to bait out those force fields. Skills's running out of force fields. Running out of defense. And Upstate commit to the shade. More probes going to be going down. Ay, ay, ay. Getting 4, 5 more probes. Getting 6 more probes. Once again, Skillous trying to force his way off the ramp. Cripples the economy. If Skillous wanted to, he could try to expand. Still committed. Still all in. Still going for the kill. As there's another force field. He just cannot get up the ramp. Cannot get up. We shaded once again. This is just too much damage. It's game-ending damage here. 12 more probe kills. Ay, ay, ay. At Upstate, this time they get away. This time he shades out. And economically, Gauchi just can't keep up. Cannot keep up. Immortal takes a lot of hits. Takes a lot of damage. But Upstate shaded once again. Getting up to 14 probe kills. Insane damage. And SKillous, he's done it. He's finally done it. He's broken his way up into the main. No more force fields. No more sentries. This time the army is not being stopped. And Gauchi cannot hold on. Not anymore. Again, too many losses earlier. Not enough sentries. GG. And SKillous, he will claim the win. He will take Geralt's crown. And he is our new King of the Hill. GG. GG, well played. SKillous committing to the one-way all-in. As a reminder, Geralt, he had a very late scout. He had a late scout. Why? Because he was going for his own fake proxy. His own fake proxy pylon. So no scouting out of Geralt. He didn't realize that SKillous was going for a proxy and going for an all-in until it was already across the map. Until it was already too late. Geralt is investing into an expansion, into a nexus, into the low ground. Something that never came into play. And he just could not keep up. Not with the Adept harass of SKillous. The Adepts, they were the MVPs. The Adepts, they killed so many probes. I want to say they killed up to almost 20 workers towards the end on their own. It was insane economic damage. GG. GG, well played. SKillous, he does claim the win. And he is our new King of the Hill. Congratulations. Congratulations here to SKillous, he does claim that win, and we are now 1/3 of the way through the broadcast. As a reminder, it is 15 best of ones. 15 best of ones, and we're getting into match number 5. Oh. We're getting into match 5 here. And we already have our next opponent. Oh my god. We have our next challenger. He wants his revenge. He's here to avenge his fallen countrymen. Up next, another Polish Protoss player. This time, not Krystianer, not Geralt. This time, Mana. The manager himself. Let's go. Again, Mana has been a beast as of late. If you've been tuning into many StarCraft events, you will know that Mana, he's been recently taking down players like Clem, like MaxPax, like Björn as well during the Wardy tournaments this week. Mana has been an animal, and he's been beating his players. What I mean by that, for those who don't know, Mana, he's the player manager of Team Liquid. He's the manager, and again, he did take a bit of a step back from competing, especially in 2023, 2024, but this year he stepped back into the ring and he has been showing his boys how it's done. It's crazy. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Team Liquid. It is Mana. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the current King of the Hill. We have the red Protoss player also representing Team Liquid. He's up against his manager. It is SKillous. Let's go. Let's go. Just catching up. It was fun, just too early. It starts at 6 a.m. in Chile. That's it's crazy. Buenos días, buenos días. Anda mi mir, papi, anda mi mir. Ay, ay, ay. That sounds crazy. What do you eat for breakfast? I mean, it varies. Sometimes something boring like cereal, or oatmeal or something. Sometimes something fancy, like I don't know, like bacon and eggs. Sometimes, again, you know, for those who don't know, I live with my grandmother, and at times she makes like humitas. I don't know if you're familiar with some of the more Latin American cuisine, like humitas, or like some other like chicharrón, chorizo. Otherwise, welcome to our second PvP, and before I get ahead of myself, if you're in the chat, it's time. If you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Let's go. So good, so good, so good. Yes, so good. Not always, but every now and then. Yes, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Once again, this time SKillous going for another one base all in. Proxy Robo, one base all in out of SKillous, 2 games in a row. Meanwhile, Mana opening up with what? With a Stargate opener. Ooh, oh boy. So with this 2-gate opening to the Stargate, the goal here is for an Oracle. To open up Oracle, to go across the map, to harass the mineral line. Once he realizes there's an all-in, what do we need? Void Rays. We need Void Rays to defend. Perhaps guy as SKillous does confirm the Stargate. He is aware of what's going on, and this will prompt SKillous to get a shield battery. We should be seeing a shield battery in the main base to make sure that the Oracle does get no damage. Bearing in mind a shield battery is going to be enough to just out-heal the DPS output of an Oracle. And here it comes. The Oracle is on the way. And we are expecting a shield battery back at home. But now SKillous moving out. Does threaten a dive. Shading across the map. Stalkers are in position back at home. Adepts, they are denied. So far, nice defense out of SKillous, straight out of Mana. Does look down the Adepts. Prism is out. The Oracle is on the way. Against SKillous, he shouldn't lose much here. He's ready. At the same time, double Adept into the main. Going for that 3rd gateway. Oracle is deflected. And he's going for that mineral line. Oh! And there's Void Ray. He knows. Yeah, he scouts. He knows. Mana, he's aware of the all-in. Remember, he just saw another gateway, and he just saw no expansion. And he needs as many Void Rays as possible. That's going to be the backbone of his army, at least until immortal production. So Void Rays are on the way. With the Oracle taking a lot of hits. The army rotates. SKillous looking for a way in. But last are those shield batteries. So far, Mana holding his own. Now, when it comes to this defense, Mana does get 2 more probes across the map. Oh, the shield battery's not done. We're just walking in. He just walks off the ramp. Shield battery is going to be denied. Massive pickup. Takes down the shield battery, going for the pylon. Yeah, the pylon is exposed. And it'll also be sniped. Depowers the gateways. Ay, ay, ay. Both gateways go down. It's a lot of hull damage here on the Stalkers, but nice control from SKillous. Doesn't lose anything yet. Does pull away. Deb shading into the main. No major damage. SKillous getting the hell out of here. Racing all the way back. Oh no, the Prism! No! Get out of here. Prism does pull away, making use of the healing pad. Let's go! Yeah, the healing pad does pop off. That's insane! Heals up every single unit. Oh. Meanwhile, Adept does walk back. Yeah, a bit of mispiling here from SKillous. Please out the Adept. Main army moving in. SKillous, he has 15 Stalkers, almost double the Stalker count of Mana. That's a lot of Stalkers. Gateways are repowered. Once again, one gateway is under fire. Now, what I'm a little bit surprised by here is that SKillous, he has delayed his own immortal production. Like, he's still on 0 immortals. 1 immortal's on the way. Likewise, pushing up into a concave. Nice hold position micro here out of Mana. Let's hold the line. Behind this, it's only one gateway. Uh-oh. That's the only gate. Just one gateway out of Mana. Is being targeted down. And a couple more volleys and it will fall. The army is so low here in Mana, he's barely holding on. Again, he has the better concave, he has the high ground. His prism is out as well. SKillous does snipe the gateway. And again, now 0 gates. 0 gateways, just Stargate and the Robo. So limited production here for Mana. But the control is there. Oh. Please out a Stalker. Please out a Stalker, moving out with the Void Ray. Does go for the counterattack. Back at home, the Stalker's still in position. The Stalkers are still ready. Only 2. Yeah, the Void Ray does collapse in, forcing a defensive warp in. And SKillous defends. SKillous, he defends back at home. Oh, Mana, he should not take this fight. Oh, brutal losses. Yeah, a bit of miscontrol there from Mana. Should not have moved in. Was distracted. Nice time with the Observer. Observer goes down. More immortals on the way. Now we see a gateway here for Mana, but it's so late. And SKillous, he's pulling this off. He's breaking through. Okay, busts in. There's that force field. But SKillous, he just keeps going. Pushing into 3 immortals, a very high immortal count. Despite that, the army's still within range. A lot of hits going off. I'd have to say bust into the mineral line. And poison being pulled. And SKillous, he's done it. He has done it. He breaks on through. 1 immortal goes down. But it involves all the probes. More boys being pulled. The Void Ray putting in a lot of damage here in the back line, but it should also go down. I say that, it's getting quite close, actually. The Immortals, they're popping up. The Immortals up. Oh my god. Clutch control. Very clutch micro here out of SKillous. Yeah, SKillous here overwhelms, takes out the Immortals, has to back off though, gets 24 probe kills, and that's what matters. The economy, there's nothing left. 3 probes remaining. Barely an economy here for Mana. Down to 3 workers, and SKillous, he just has to back off. He just has to back off, retreat, calm down, warp in more units, and he can just macro. He can just expand. He can just back off and expand, and Mana, he has nothing left. What you see is what you get. He's down to 4 Immortals, 1 Void Ray. There's barely a standing army. Okay, going for the mineral line. Okay. Goes to the probes. SKillous recalling back home. Does recall. Still maintains that worker lead. Ooh, as he's bleeding out Stalkers. Mana still has a terrifying army. He can still pull this off. It's not easy. It's not going to be easy, but going for the pylon. Doesn't quite get it. And Border taking a lot of hits. Immortal comes in from behind. A bit of a miss, or a bit of an awkward rally, but he does save it. Does save the Immortal. Likewise collapsing in. Catching out another. Rough rally there from Mana. Oh, let's go. This healing pad has been putting in a lot of work here this game. For both players. Let's go. I mean, healing up these Immortals quite a bit. That's a lot of HP. It's a lot of health. Despite that, Skillous, very nice control. Very clean. Takes down the Void Ray. Mana out of position, racing back home. He's getting caught out. It's getting caught out. GG gets called, and Skillous, he will claim the game. He will take down Mana. He will take down his manager and take the game 1-0. GG. Whew. Oh my god. GG, well played. A very intense back and forth, a very intense one-base all-in. Unfortunately, Mana, he just wasn't quite able to hold on back at home. He was stuck on 0 gateways for so long in that game, relying on Void Rays and Immortals, and it was not quite enough. He was able to get some counter damage across the map, but back at home, he was being torn apart. He was forced to pull the boys, and he lost everything. 24 probe kills. He had nothing left, no economy. GG. GG, well played. Skillous, he will claim the win. And Skillous is still our king of the hill. GG. GG, well played. He's still our king of the hill, and who's up next? Who will rise up to the challenge here? He takes down Mana, takes down Geralt. Krystianer? Like, do we go for another Polish Protoss? Who can bring him down? Oh, we have the answer here. It's been a while. We are going to be featuring a Zerg player. Oh, un momento. Up next is going to be Skillous versus Young Yakov. Oh. Okay. Here we go. Young Yakov, of course, he has been popping off as of late. He's been rising through the ranks, especially when it comes to the European ladder. He's been getting some very good results. I do think that Young Yakov can pose a threat here to Skillous, but again, it is going to be a close one here. This is a best of one, of course. Best of one, anything can happen. Anything can and will happen. Let's go. Patches must be so happy. He is. Crazy control from both. Yes, very impressive control there. With their War Prism Micro, of course. 100%. Very impressive. But here we go. We're getting into our next game. Here we go. We're getting into Incorporeal. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Incorporeal, we have our red Zerg player. We have our red Zerg player, our new challenger, our would-be usurper. It is Young Yakov. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the blue Protoss player representing Team Liquid, our current king of the hill with 2 wins under his belt. It is Skillous. And is on a 2-game win streak. And looking for more. Hoping for more. But now moving out, we'll force the unnatural natural out of Young Yakov. So a nice start here from Skillous, just forcing his opponent to be a little bit more uncomfortable. And again, Young Yakov has been improving quite a bit here, especially during the off-season of EPT over the past 8 months. Has been rising through the ranks to the point where Young Yakov even traveled to Bulgaria. He was a part of Star Zagora. Was a part of that tournament. And again, I do think he's comparable in skill here. I still, of course, give the edge to Skillous, 100%. And before I get ahead of myself, you know what time it is. It's Gamma time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Will this go the way of Skillous or Young Yakov? Up to you to decide. Best of luck. Again, I do lean towards Skillous in this series, but it's a best of one. I believe that Young Yakov, he can take a game. He can take it. For sure. Will he? That's the question. That is the question here. So just catching up. Behind this, we're just going to be walling up. We do have a pylon in the main, and this should lead us into a Stargate. So Stargate opener out of SKillous. SKillous has been quite fond of opening up Stargate in towards Storm. We'll see if that trend continues here. As Yakov is droning, is saturating. Building up back at home. It's building up. Soon to be claiming his third. You know what, there's that Stargate that we spoke about. From here, SKillous has the choice to go for either an Oracle or a Void Ray. Both are viable. Oracle to harass across the map, Void Ray to shut down the Overlords and to keep young Yakov in the dark. As that is a lot of Lings moving out. Oh, you know, the third base is going to be delayed. Yeah, brutal pickoff. Drone force morph into a gas geyser. Third base is at least denied for the time being. Adept in position. And Zerglings, they're looking for a way in. They will slip by. Oh, going for the pylon. Wait, no shot. No shot. The Adept is forced to recall back home. Pylon goes down. Depowers everything. This should not have happened. Yeah, this should not have happened. Probe under fire as well. The Oracle is was supply blocked. No shot. no shot. He can't make anything. Yeah, brutal supply block there. Pylon just not finishing. The Oracle never came. And then race back home. Probes are going to be going down. This is brutal damage. This should not have happened. Yeah, this should not have happened. It's going to be up to 6 probe kills. Ay, ay, ay. Across the map, there was an Adept. Gets 2 drones. More probes going to be going down. And this is a disastrous start for SKillous. And young Yakov popping up. I should say Yakov. He's not young anymore. No. The innocence is gone. And you can see here the reaction, the despair even, going for 3 pylons as a part of the wall. Yeah, just a frantic defense here from SKillous. Now taking his expansion. But a rough start. Very rough start. Late Oracle, late expansion. Down in workers. Now there is a bit of a give and take here. Yakov, his own third base was also delayed. True, right? He had a late third. He was forced to make the gas geyser as well. So not the cleanest game out of Yakov, but I would still say a better start for our Zerg player. It's a better start. Oracle into the main. Gets a couple of drones. Ooh, takes a lot of hits though. Takes a lot of damage. Barely gets away. Whew. Does pull out. Likewise behind this, third base getting up and running. Twilight Council's in production. As Yakov will clean up. It does keep up with the Adepts. And behind this, I mean, it's been a very shaky game here. We're not going into Blink, we're going to Charge. And I see no Forge. This is looking like an all-in. Okay. So very aggressive follow-up here from SKillous. Very desperate follow-up. Building up to 6 gateways. Ooh, doesn't get the Adept. Yeah, a bit of miscontrol there from young Yakov. As we're going Mass Charge and Mass Oracle, that's the 4th Oracle on the way. Jesus. He's going Mass Oracle. So again, SKillous is no Forge, no upgrades, no gases, no Temple Archives, no Storm, no nothing, just purely Oracle and Zealot. And that's it. Now, from the side of young Yakov, I am concerned. Like, how do you defend against this? There are 2 ways: Ling Bane or Roach Ravager. And I don't see a Roach Warren. There's no Roach Warren. He's going into 1-1 upgrades. He's staying on a very low gas count. This means that this mass Zealot army that's building up here, this all-in, can actually trade quite well. It can trade very well here against young Yakov, and he has not scouted. Again, Warping and Stalkers was still in the story. We have yet to reveal any Zealots. And nice wall. Lings a poke in. Doesn't see. Oh, does see some Zealots. Okay, he knows. Yeah, he does know. Banelings are on the way. But is this too late? Because it's go time. The all-in is upon us. Rallying everything across the map. He's up to 5 Oracles. 5 Oracles, Mass Zealot. It's all coming. And the Baneliness is not done. Again, this is a late Baneliness. It was a reactive one. And Yakov is not ready for this. Charge, let's say dive in. They dive in the Queens. Queens are going down. Does get one Oracle. Brings down one. The Zerglings, they just melt. And this might just be too much here. This might just be too much. Oracles, they barely stand strong against a Spore. Queens are pulling left and right. And young Yakov, he had such a good start in this game. But he was getting ready for a longer game, not for the all-in. And SKillous, he has done it. He has taken control here of the natural. Banelings are morphing in, but it's too little too late. More Zealots, they just walk across the map. There's no War Prison, there's no Proxy Pylon. There are only Zealots. Now, there are some Banelings, true. They do morph in. And they're trying to connect. Okay. Banelings, decent connections, but there's still so many Zealots. Yeah, there's just too many charge slots. Oh my god. They chase out the Zerglings. And they chase him back. In towards the third. Headed towards the fourth base. Again, Yakov, who's just so greedy. And he should lose everything. Like, there's no defending against this. As there are Zealots here at the third, the natural, and the fourth. The Oracle count is still healthy as well. Yeah, still a healthy Oracle count. GG gets called, and SKillous, he will take the game. He is still our King of the Hill. GG. GG, well played, SKillous. He will claim it again. Young Yakov, he had a beautiful start here. Remember, he killed, what was it, 5 or 6 probes. He took down the pylon. He depowered the gateway. He supply blocked and denied the first Oracle. He denied the third base. Like, so much damage was done at the start of the game, which is why it made sense for SKillous to go for an all-in. Like, he took so much damage early on that an all-in is the only thing that makes sense given that kind of game state. And Yakov, he failed to scout. He failed to realize what was going on. He took a lead and he was too greedy, just mass expanding, droning up, and there was no tech. It was purely Zergling. GG. GG, well played. He couldn't hold on. And with that, SKillous does claim it and does take down another player. GG. GG, well played. Up next, we're getting ready here for our next best of one. And we haven't seen, I feel like we haven't seen a Terran in recent times. We featured, oh, I see, speaking of, I do see a Terran player logging in. I'm curious if that is our next player. Yeah, let's go. Let us go. Up next is going to be a PvT. Up next is going to be SKillous versus our Italian Terran player. The Italian stallion himself. It is going to be SKillous versus Baby Marine. Let's go. We're getting ready for our PvT. And again, young Yakov, he was just, he had such a strong start. He was caught with what? He was caught with his pants down, baby. The pants were down. I mean, you can even see here, actually. You don't see this too often. This shows how greedy young Yakov was. That's the drone count, by the way. And Yakov is the red line. Even at the end of the game, he had a higher drone count, by the way. So greedy against the all-in. But with that, we're getting ready here for our next game, as we are nearing the halfway mark. Here we go. Terran is my favorite, but I'm awful at the game. It's fine. We're all awful. It's fine. We're all awful at the game. Don't worry. Don't worry. That's why we appreciate watching it, of course, right? We can appreciate how difficult it is to compete, to play. Oh, as looks like we have our next game. We have our lobby. As it looks like our next game is going to be on Sandworm. It's been a while. It's been a while here. Sandworm, of course, is one of the TLMC 20 maps. We have casted plenty of games on this map as well. Plenty of matches on Sandworm. One of my favorites. I actually voted. I voted on this. I did vote on this map, or for this map in TLMC. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. And here we go. And again, Sandworm is one of those maps that does feature unique, some unique aspects here, some unique features. That does actually have those dragon teeth. There are definitely some cones in the center. We'll get into it. We'll get into it, which can impact the flow of the game. It's been a while. Been a couple of months. Let's go. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Sandworm, we have the Italian Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Streamer Zone. It is Baby Marine. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player representing Team Liquid, the current king of the hill with 3 wins under his belt. It is SKillous. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our best of 1 TVP matchup. And welcome one and all to Sandworm. Sandworm, again, is a map that we've featured plenty of times, especially during the off-season. It was one of the many maps that was a part of TLMC 20, the Team Liquid map contest, and it does feature these unique dragon teeth in the center. Now, fun fact, this is a little bit more dynamic compared to, say, Neon Violet Square. The way these teeth work here is that some units can go past them, others cannot. Basically, Marines, Adepts, Zerglings can, but larger units like Stalkers and Immortals and Archons as well cannot fit through. So you have these cones scattered throughout, and likewise does actually make for some interesting engagements. We also have the gold base. We have the gold base here in the center. There are some rocks here to delay the gold, but I'll be honest, what we have experienced on this map is despite those rocks, we have seen many a player take this gold as a third. To take it as a third base, clear up the rocks, and maintain this center position. And because of these cones, because of these rocks, because of the terrain as well, this position is actually quite defendable. It's quite fortifiable here, and a lot of players have been quite successful in defending this location and claiming that third. Meanwhile, double gas opener out of Baby Marine, going double gas into a faster factory, delayed CC. Now from here, this can lead into, it can lead into Reacted Reaper Hellion. Otherwise, we could go Reacted Marine into a Tech Lab, into a Starport, into a faster add-on swap instead. So we'll see if we go into Marine production or Reapers. As the first Reaper does move out. Reactors on the way. And we can see SKillous playing very carefully here. Does open with a shield battery. Sentries on the way as well for scouting information across the map. It is going to be a Widowmine drop. Okay, so we're not going into Hellions. Yeah, so no Hellion aggression, no Hellion harassment. Going to be Reacted Marine with Widowmines, followed by, I would imagine, a Tech Lab. Oh, never mind. Hold on. So it's going to be a singular Widowmine. I would have assumed once you make one to get into a second Widowmine for a double Widowmine drop, but it's going to be Widowmine into Hellion instead. Okay. Now, thanks to Hallucination, does confirm the 111, does confirm the delayed Tech Lab, the later Tech, and the earlier drop. SKillous is aware. Moving out with an Hallucination, and SKillous being a little bit cheeky here, going to be opening up not Blink, but into Charge instead. Okay, staying on a lower gas count. Going to Charge. Now, for those that are curious, these charge-based openers are designed to shut down tank pushes. Like, early tank pushes can struggle against this. Speaking of, tank production is underway. So very fast tank production. Going into a Liberator, and this looks like we're going to be committing here into an all-in. We're just building up, and again, just some really high power units early on. With a tank, with a Liberator, drop is denied. SKillous is expanding. So far, fully walled up. Drop going back in. Widowmine does burrow. Oh, and he does not kill in time. Oh my god, brutal connection. 8 probes. 8 probes go down. Massive shot going off. And not bad here by Baby Marine against SKillous. He was late to try to focus down that Widowmine. So risky. and did not pay off. So better start for Baby Marine. Behind this, rallying out, throwing down 2 more Raxes. eBay's on the way. And this is a very early push here from Baby Marine. Bold move. The goal here is to deny the third, to break down the expansion and to punish the third base. Hallucination does scout. SKillous, he knows. He knows what's coming his way. Liberator back in. Ooh, it's sniped. Liberator does go down. I would have assumed that Liberator would have been reinforcing this army instead. So, yeah, a little bit of a misjudgment there, miscalculation from Baby Marine. But he's getting within range. Next is under fire. Base is under attack. Still rallying in, going for the expansion. He wants it. And SKillous, can he save the base? Yeah, he shouldn't be able to. Yeah, brutal tank shots. Going for the Nexus, does target it down, and he will snipe it. Now, this will cost him 2 tanks, so still a bit of a brutal trade. Losing all the tanks. Dropping into the natural, denying any kind of mining. And still just completing the economy here of SKillous. SKillous even supply blocked. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, just a brutal game here for SKillous. Losing probes earlier, losing the expansion, losing and getting supply blocked. Baby Marine building up. And behind this, it does look like a 2-base all-in. Do you see what I see? 2 more Raxes. 2 more Raxes on the way. No third command center. Getting up to 5 Raxes. And soon to be moving out. Now, Hallucination will confirm everything. Does get eyes on the Raxes. Behind this Baby Marine, he's just waiting for his upgrades. He has to wait for Stim, Combat Shields, +1. Once they line up, he can push. See in chat, does Milky Cat still play? Don't know a thing about him, but that's my favorite Sack of 2 name. Yes, he's still very much so active. He's still very active. Plays in a lot of tournaments. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I could be mistaken. Did he qualify for Wardy's tournaments? The European League? Hold on. I know that he was playing in the qualifiers. I know that at least. Yes, still very active. We might even see him today. We might see him. Might see him here as Baby Marine. He does dive in. Does go for the double drop. And so far the Colossus does arrive in time. SKillous, he's holding on. Does hold at the same time. Drop here towards the natural. Probes are going down. So much economic damage. You're just pulling SKillous apart. Ay, ay, ay. 14 probes go down. Remember, there's no blink. Why is there no blink? Because he opened charge, and the charge opener just was not worth it. As Baby Marine does target that as much as he can. 16 probes going down. That is a full mineral line. SKillous is crippled, but he does have the Colossus. Colossus are amassing. He has 2 now. Behind this third CC on location, Baby Marine, he's not going for the all-in. He will expand. I just saw Milky Moon plays in the chat. God damn it. Ay, ay, ay. All the Milky cows. As Baby Marine, he has momentum. He has that supply lead. SKillous has been struggling. And Baby Marine, he's here to end it. Here to break that third for the second time. Now, still pushing into 2 Colossus, which is not going to be easy. Oh, has a guy back. The tank is also a little bit too far back as well. It can push forward. There we go. There's the Unsiege. Tank is repositioning. Moving further in. Observer gets caught. We're still building on more Vikings. Pushing behind the mineral line. There we go. Another set of Vikings have arrived. As he's now up against 3 Colossus. But 1 Viking goes down. Does bring down one of the Vikings. Same time, Zealot Run-By does hit the third. Baby Marine getting distracted. Dust him in. The tank's still trying to siege up. Breaks down the first Colossus, barely survives. The Colossi getting low. The base is broken. SKillous knocked down to 2 bases. Ay, ay, ay. Knocked down to 2 expansions. So is Baby Marine, but this is still favoring the Terran. Baby Marine still has a better economy. Still has better saturation. Now he's rotating over towards the would-be third. Oh. Almost got on siege. Almost got out. SKillous getting up to 4. Jesus. Getting up to 4 Colossus. That's a lot of Colossus. You can see the army's getting a little bit choked up here. But does go for the run-by. Once again, Baby Marine, he just cannot expand. Instead, going for the kill, going for the natural. So I'll say recall back home. That's going to be a lot of charge lots. The army kites back through the minefield. Brutal mine connections. Yeah, mine shots going off. Baby Marine, he does retreat. And remember, he doesn't have to commit. Doesn't have to commit. Just back off from here. Pulls away. Does pull away. The army is a little bit oversimmed. Has to heal up. Behind this, we're lacking Widow Mines. And there's still 4 Colossus. Oh. Now pushing in. Baby Marine trying to set up the concave, trying to engage. There we go, does pull the boys! And he commits in. The rest of the army is a little bit too far behind, but does push forward. There you go for the Colossus. 1 Colossus finally goes down. He does get 1. And now going for the rest as well. And SKillous, he shouldn't have enough here. I say that. The Colossus, they do so much in the backline. Oh my god! They mow through the Marines. And so many Marines going down. Again, a bit of a lackluster fight here for Baby Marine. Colossus finally going down. Finally. Yeah, takes out all 4. 1 Colossus dead. 1 Colossus left. Down to none. Down to 0. SKillous, he will lose everything. But that was a brutal trade. Likewise, Baby Marine lost most of his army as well. We're getting scrappy. We're getting messy, Pappy. Getting messy. Baby Marine getting his 3rd base up and running. Does go for the Mule Hammer. And he should have enough. He should have enough momentum. Behind this, where's the splash damage? 0 Colossus, 0 Disruptors. Storm only just now began, so 0 Storm as well. And with that splash damage, there's no defending. There's no holding against this. Baby Marine pushing in. A little bit surprised to see no Colossus. But it's just been such a chaotic game. And SKillous trying to make his final stand. Nice force field. Not bad. Oh my god. Very nice force field. Takes down a full medevac. SKillous, he's holding. He's surviving. And Storm is going to finish. Okay. Storm is going to complete. Again, it's a very messy game, and I still do give Baby Marine the advantage here. But SKillous is not out of this. He's not out of this yet. SKillous does rotate. Over towards the natural. He cannot fight head on, but he does have some high Templar going for the Storm Drop. Let's go! Yeah, Storm Drop's coming in. Does go for the mineral line, not the most saturated base, but despite that 13 SCVs, okay. Nice damage. Uh-oh. Does recall. Oh! Oh my god, does recall in time. Whew, that was very close. Does survive, does go away with 3 High Templar. SKillous does make it back. And SKillous is back in this. Upon killing 14 SCVs, he's back in this game. 100%. I still do give, once again, I still give the edge to Baby Marine. He has Ghosts, he has EMPs. By that I mean he has 1 Ghost and 1 EMP. So far. Colossus being rebuilt. also spotted. Okay, Marine does turn back around. And do we just macro from here? Are we after such an aggressive game, are we just gonna calm down and just expand? I guess so. Yeah, we're getting the gold. Gold base is being taken. We do see the natural floating for Babe Marine, not even the main, question mark. Does whatever the natural, despite the fact that there's still gases to take here as well. Interesting. But we're getting desperate. We're getting a little bit desperate. And the gold is getting saturated. SKillous is recovering. But still very intense. Still a very tense game state. Still the Rabbi is on the way. Babe Marine dropping towards the gold. Does reject the army. AMP's coming in. Ooh, miss rally. Yeah, it does miss rally. Ghost goes down. Marine has to get the hell out of here. Has to pull away. Does pull out. Oh, brutal storms. Oh my god. Does take the storms to the face. Storms are brutal. SKillous again. He's holding on. Takes the gold. Gold is getting up and running for both players. Babe Marine getting another expansion. Claiming another base. Still building up. Now we built up back up to 3 Colossus. 4 our Templar. Babe Marine's army is so heavily reliant here on these EMPs, just now getting a second starport. Viking count still building up. Only 5 Vikings, not enough. On the Vikings, skills collapsing in the army. Catching out some free Vikings, not bad. And we are working towards maxing out. The army's still patrolling force. Still rotating. Oh, gets a ghost. Decent EMP. Decent EMPs, but there's still 2 more storms left. Yeah, 1 storm goes off. And another on the right hand side. Storms are brutal. And Babe Marine, he does not have enough. Yeah, he's being overrun, being overwhelmed. SKillous, he has done it for the first time in a long time, takes a supply lead. Oh, the Colossus! Oh my god, 2 of them go down. Did I say 2? Getting all 3. All 3 Colossus do fall, but there's still a standing army here, and SKillous, he can still keep pushing. Gets into the mineral line, SCV is going to be going down. And he will chase. He'll give chase. 10 SCV kills. SKillous, he cannot touch the planetary, but the base does fall. That was a kill on the CC. Now floating over the main. Let's go. Does flip the main over. Sail into another storm. Another storm rolls up and another. Oh my god! Another storm connects. The storms are brutal. The army's over stim. GG gets called, and SKillous, the comeback is real. He was in a rough position. He lost the middle line. He lost an expansion at the start of the game. Lost all 3 Colossus. It was a brutal start for SKillous, but he recovers. He claws his way back in. GG, and SKillous, he takes the game, and still our king of the hill. crazy. Crazy game. I mean, GG, well played. A very intense back and forth. SKillous had a very shaky, very rocky start, of course. Did recover, did bounce back. Likewise, Babe also had a shaky follow-up as well, trying to get into his Vikings, trying to get into his Ghost production. Just a very tense, very low eco game state. GG, SKillous takes the win. GG, well played. Crazy game, crazy game. Oh, hi, hi, hi. Hi, hi, hi. GG well played, and with that, SKillous, sorry, it's just catching up. SKillous does claim the win, does claim the game, and up next we do have another opponent here. Again, a crazy comeback, and a shout to Babe, because again, Babe, he did have a really strong performance as well. It was very close, very clutch. There's a world where he would have, he could have, he should have even won that game. Maybe next time, regardless. GG well played. Babe, he does step out, and we have our next challenger here. We have our next opponent. Up next going to be a PvZ. Up next going to be SKillous versus Mixu. Oh, on one of the more unorthodox maps, going to be on Spirit Crusher. Let's go. One of the other TLMC 20 maps. Want to see a good Zerg player win? I mean, again, Young Yakov, he did perform well for himself, winding it back. If you weren't here for it, Young Yakov, he went up against SKillous earlier, and he was ahead. He took a lead. Like, he was in a much stronger position, and then it was too greedy. Then Young Yakov, he was too greedy. He droned up too hard. He didn't tech, and he was stuck on pure Ling, and he got caught by an all-in. So SKillous did all-in the hell out of Young Yakov, despite Young Yakov being in a very dominant position. So SKillous, like, some of these games have been very scrappy, including the last one, right? The last one, Babe was in a better position, but it did slip through his fingers. SKillous had some better engagements, better fights. Again, he had an impressive comeback there in that last game. But now we're stepping into one of the more, I say unorthodox maps, not even too unorthodox, but one of the lesser played maps. We're loading into Spirit Crusher. Let's go. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Spirit Crusher, we have the Finnish Zerg player. We have the Blue Zerg, our new challenger. It is Mixu. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Red Protoss player representing Team Liquid. It is SKillous. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our PvZ. And SKillous starts things off with a pylon block. And he does block, he does lay the expansion, forcing the unnatural natural out of Mixu. And again, welcome one and all to Spirit Crusher. Spirit Crusher is one of the TLMC 20 maps. Did not make it through into the main ladder map pool, but is one of the more modern and newer maps nonetheless. Does have some unique features here. We do have a bit of a more open natural, as we do have an entrance here towards the left-hand side. Likewise, an entrance here towards the center, but a very narrow entrance, a very narrow choke point, so a much more defendable location here in between the bases. Likewise, we do have two entrances towards the third. So again, there's a lot of attack paths, a lot of entrances here. I would say it will make it a little bit more difficult to secure yourself on three bases. The fourth is also more out in the open, also more entry points here towards the fourth. So we'll see how our players do approach this. We shall see. Outside of that, nothing too quirky either. There's no there's no high yield gases. There's no gold bases either. We do have rocks, of course, that can open the map up. Looking quite open here in the center, relatively. Spirit Crusher, very inspirational name. Yes, the map maker had something against Piotr. He... I know. He was a bigger laser fan. Or he just, you know, wanted to harness the inner smudge of the ladder. Oh god. But now though, is moving out. Oh, you have mixture just droning, just saturating, nothing crazy yet, nothing crazy so far. As it is going to be that Stargate opener. Now, what I will say, this is the second ZVP that we've seen out of SKillous, and last time we saw him, he did go for a charge all-in against Young Yakov, but as a reminder, that was more of a reaction to falling behind. We don't expect to see that again, not against SKillous. Like, that was very much so a specialized build, and very much so just because of the situation that SKillous found himself in. SKillous does a threaten shade towards the main. Two adepts taking one shot of drone, and he does commit. Ooh, does get one. One drone goes down. And can he get another? He barely, does barely not sit past. Oh, does threaten the mineral line, but he won't get much more. Mixu holds. Well, Mixu does pull away. He does hold on, does defend. Behind is saturating on 3 bases. And SKillous, he will claim a third. And the Oracle's in position. These things, they should not force a cancel. SKillous, he will hold, he will defend. Behind this Twilight Council opener out of SKillous. Interesting. This is an early council. Oh boy. So early Twilight Council, do you see a Forge? I don't. No Forge, not yet. This does look like Glaive Adepts. Yeah, so early Glaives here by SKillous, massive gateway explosion. Again, if this were to be a Blink opener, we would see a Twilight Council now. Like, it would just now being thrown down alongside the Forge. So again, just a much, much earlier Twilight Council. Show us Glaives. Meanwhile, safety Roach Horn out of Mixu. Roach Horn's on the way. Beaver Chamber as well. Gateways are finishing. And there it is, Glaive Adepts. Oh my god. Now we assumed it was going to be 4 gate Glaives. We're going up to 6 gateways. Much more committed. Much more committed, much more aggressive. So it's going to be 6 gate Glaives. This is borderline all in. This has to get damage done. Now, bearing in mind, when you go into Glaives like this, what are you delaying? You're delaying your upgrades, you're delaying Forge, you're delaying Blink, you're delaying your tech, Splash Damage, Storm, Colossus, 4th base. There's a lot you're delaying in favor of Glaives here. So this is very committed here from SKillous. Meanwhile, the first wave does get across the map. Drone's going to be going down. Mixu having a hard time keeping up. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, he's having a hard time. 4 drone kills already. Now, what I will say, there is a safety Roach Horn, right? There is a Roach Horn. Oh, it's still 8 drones, though. Still 8 drones going down. Nice Sim City here at the natural. Can wall up. Now, there is a Roach Horn, but I don't see any roaches. Mixu is droning. He has a safety Roach Horn, but now he's just droning up, just saturating, trying to get a 4th base. Here comes the massive wave of Adepts. And I see 0 roaches. Oh no, Adepts, they're just now revealed. Now he knows. Now he knows what's going on. We need as many roaches as possible. Adepts are making their way in. At the same time, Lings, they do hit the 3rd. No shield battery, but there's a defensive warp in. Adepts has denied, but they should overrun the 3rd. And Queens are going down. Oracles are setting up. Mixu, he does evacuate, does pull away. And so far, no major damage. Not yet. Back at home, SKillous does defend. And drones, they haven't gone down yet, but I spoke too soon. Yeah, I spoke too soon. Oracles, they collapse in. Drones are trying to escape. But there's a full wall. There's no escaping this. Yeah, the drones are trapped. 7 drones going to be going down. The base as well. The boys, they come back too soon. No, here they come back too soon. Drones are falling, and GG gets called. SKillous, he will take the game. He will claim another win. SKillous to take down Mixu, 1-0. GG. GG, well played with that. SKillous does claim the win. Again, SKillous with a very cheeky build. He went into hidden Glaive Adepts. He went into 6k Glaive Adepts here on 3 bases behind the main base. And Mixu unfortunately was unable to scout. He did go for a safe opener. He had the Roach Warren, but remember, he didn't make any roaches until it was too late. Until the army was already across the map. Until the army was already in the third. GG. With that, SKillous, he does claim the win. And with that, SKillous, he's on quite a bit of a win streak here. I believe that was that game 5? Jesus. Yeah, so far with 5 wins under his belt. Can he get 6? Oh. GG, well played. Just catching up the chat. Shout to Mixu. Shout to Mixu in the chat as well. I even saw that there were too many adepts, but I didn't think he would do that. Yeah, again, this was not a standard follow-up, or this was not standard 4 gate glaives, it was 6, right? He went up to 6 gateways, was even more committed, even more devoted to the adepts. So he did double down. Oh, and we are getting ready for our next series, getting ready for our next match. Up next is going to be a PvP between SKillous and Sebestes. Here we go. But yeah, I don't think SKillous, he's known for being that aggressive and known for doubling down that much. But much love to Mixu, much love. GG, GG, GG. Just catching up with the chat. How come you don't see too many quick Dark Templar? Vision is so limited right now for invisible units. You don't see many Dark Templar. One, it's harder to get away with hiding Dark Templar. You do see them a little bit. Like when I say a little bit, like maybe like once every couple of weeks sort of thing. So it's a bit of a rare build. But again, it's a little harder to get away with it just because if you don't open Stargate, if you're opening up Twilight Council, it's a little more difficult to keep the Overlord away. If you open up Stalker, then it's a little more obvious that you're hiding something. So even if a Zerg player doesn't see the Dark Shrine, they can assume that you're being aggressive, and they most likely will get a Spore. Like, I say very difficult. It's almost impossible to open up DTs and get across the map without a Spore being ready for that sort of thing, and without a player being set up for that. When you typically at the pro level, if you're going for a DT opener, you're not winning the game with DTs. You're going DTs, you're forcing a response, you're forcing a reaction, and then you follow that up with Archons. Then you morph the DTs into Archons, and then you go for an Archon drop instead. The problem here is that it does mean that you're a little bit more exposed back at home. The Oracle opener is just so well rounded when it comes to harassing, when it comes to scouting, and when it comes to defending as well. Defending against Ling Rumbais, Ling counterattacks at your third and natural base, scouting across the map, harassing mineral lines. Like, Oracles are just, yeah, there's a reason why we see them so often and why they're so meta. DTs are just a big risk. It's a big risk to try to get some damage done with them, and often not too successful, at least at the highest level, right? At least at the pro level. Something that's similar that you do see more often is going for a Stargate opener into an Archon drop with High Templar, not with Dark Templar. So going for an Archon drop follow-up, and the advantage of that is it does give you access to earlier Storm as a transition point. To go into Storm after the Archons. But here we go, we're now getting to our next game, and spawning in the top right hand corner here of Tokamak, we have the we have the yellow Protoss player from Czechia, representing Team Rodi. Our new challenger, it is Sebestes. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Protoss player representing Team Liquid, currently on a 5-game win streak. It is SKillous. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our PvP. Let's go. Let us go. Against Sebestis, I'm sure he has been watching. I'm sure he's been observing. SKillous, we've already featured him in 2 PvPs so far against Geralt and against Mana. And SKillous, every PvP has gone for a 1-base all-in. Against both Mana and Geralt, he has gone for a proxy robo into 1-base all-in. This time, though, there's no probe out on the map yet. As the worker does move out. And we are nearing, we're getting towards that 2/3 mark here. Again, this is match 9 of 15. This is best of one number 9. Meanwhile, again, I did mention earlier, SKillous, he has gone for a 1-base all-in every PvP so far. He's doing it again. Let's go! Does go for the proxy pylon. We are setting up for something more committed here. I'm leaning towards proxy robo, just because he's done it every game so far. Like, why not just continue the trend? Just keep going. Send it, baby, send it. Our eyes are on SKillous. Now, Sebestis, he does probe scouts, and Sebestis, he does confirm the pylon is missing. He knows the pylon is missing. The second pylon should be in the main, just like Sebestis's is. His pylon is here between the gases, and it's going to be the proxy robo 1-base all-in. Now, if Sebestis was watching the last PvPs, if he saw SKillous against Mana and against Geralt, this should be in the forefront of his mind. This should be what he's thinking of, and he's scouting, he's looking. He's searching for the proxy, he will find it. He will eventually find and confirm as the probe is on patrol. Ooh, he's re-rallying. He is re-rallying here, and he was going to scout it, but now... okay. Whew, thank God. He does go back around. You can see he's searching bottom right. He fans out all his stalkers, fans out all his probes, and he will find the robo. No shot, never mind. Oh God, barely not. He was so close. You can see he scattered all around the proxy location. And he does not see the robo. He was searching, he was looking. I mean, now thankfully he's still playing safe. Kind of. He does go for a Stargate opener, looking to expand. SKillous. Ah, no. And again, SKillous, he's just doubling down. He's just doubling down, rallying stalkers, rallying sentries. SKillous does catch out the first stalker. Sebestis with a rough start. He'll bleed out one stalker already. Oh no. Not like this. Not like this. Sebestis, get out of here, man. Get out of here. And again, remember, he's investing into a base that doesn't matter. Like, this Nexus is not going to help. Not against the all-in. Back at home, going for the Oracle. The Immortal has arrived, and now he's aware. The Immortal just now revealing itself. Yeah, GG. GG gets called. Now realize it's a 1-base all-in. He's not set up for it, not defensively, and SKillous, he will take the win. Whew. GG, well played, SKillous. He will take the win here again. Sebestis, he knew that there was a pylon somewhere. He knew that there was a proxy. He was searching, but alas, he barely didn't find it. As a result, he expanded. He got his natural. He was going for the Oracle back in the main base. He had no defensive tech because he didn't believe that there was an all-in. He thought it might be a fake out. And with that, GG. GG, well played. The all-in was revealed. And with that, Sebestis does tap out then and there. GG. Whew, here we go. And with that, SKillous, he does make it here into his next game. He has a massive win streak here, and the PvPs will continue. He took down Mana, he took down Geralt, but now there's one top-tier Polish Protoss player remaining. Up next is going to be Krystianer. Let's go. Can SKillous go for the hat trick? Yes, he took down Sebestis, that is true. But again, Krystianer, he is one of the other top Protoss players in Europe, one of the other top Protoss players in Poland. I'll be honest, I do think that Krystianer, he is one of these players that can bring down SKillous. But as a reminder, best of one. These are best of ones, not best of threes, so this can still go either way. Now, SKillous, he has gone for a 1-base all-in with a robo every single PvP tonight. Does he do it again? No shot. no shot, papi, no shot. We're here to find out. Very civilized game. No kill. True, I did kill one stalker. If you remember, if you remember the first move out from Sebestis, he lost one stalker pushing up the ramp against 4 stalkers of SKillous. So did kill one stalker. Just the one though, just the one. I think that was the only death that game. Yeah, all good, all good. Just had an accident. Oh no. But here we go. We're getting ready here for our next game. Are these games live or are they hosted on a different day and a replay shown? This is live. This is live. Is there a command for that? There we go. But as the command says in the chat, if it's ever a replay cast, it's usually in the title. We always do adjust our title to say replay cast if there's ever replays. But this is all a live event. Here we go. We're getting into our next game. We're getting into Ley Lines. Another PvP. Now again, SKillous, he has one base all in every PvP without fail. Does that trend continue? Does he finally go for a standard opener instead? We're here to find out. So let's go. As spawning in the right-hand corner here of Ley Lines, we have the Polish Protoss player, the blue Protoss representing Offside Esports. It is Krystianer. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Protoss player representing Team Liquid, the current king of the hill, with 6 wins under his belt. It is SKillous. Let's go. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our PvP. See someone asking in the chats, is this a daily stream or we do we do stream every day. This is our 3rd stream. This is our 3rd stream today. We were live earlier with the GSL finals, followed by the Pondcast, followed by OSC King of the Hill. So this is our 3rd cast today, and we cast every day, at least once a day, and we cast more than any other channel out there. More than Wardy, more than Steadfast, more than anyone else. We have the quantity, we have a little bit of the quality as well. But yes. We've been casting StarCraft for like the past 7 years, I think, but only full-time for the past 5 years. So full-time, non-stop StarCraft for 5 years back here. Let's go, let's go. Every day. Fun fact, the last time we had a day off was last year, December the 25th, Christmas Day. Christmas Day was our last day off. Oh no. As once again, Proxy Robo, but this time we scout. Let's go. This time Skills does zip in, does get a scout off, and does confirm Skills' proxy location. And Skills this time, back at home, won't commit. This time he should not commit to the proxy. Skills, sorry, Trigger. Krystianer, he is wise to what's going on. And the probe does pull away. Okay, no proxy. No proxy this time. We're calming things down. Going for a Twilight Council on 1 base. There we go. There you go. Predictions are open. Get your Gamba going. Get your Gamba going. Do apologize. So just last game was so fast. Last game was so quick, man. Yeah. It was so quick. As we do see Skills, he's still going for the 1 base all-in, by the way. So he doubles back around, he goes for a proxy gateway. Likewise, we have another gateway back at home. He's going for a 1 base, 4-gate blink all-in. Krystianer, he is aware of the pylon. He doesn't rescout yet, but he does see the tech, he does see the gateway, and he sees no expansion. He knows. He's aware, takes out a Stalker already. Nice catch. Very nice catch here by Krystianer. Proxy Pilot here to reinforce. And again, just straight up one-base all-in here from SKillous. A different variation of all-in. This time there's no Robo, there's no Prism, there's no Immortals. And SKillous, sorry, Trigger. Okay, I keep saying Trigger. Why? Krystianer will see if he can pull off his defense. Go for the Robo in the main. Robo should be for Immortal production. More shield batteries are on the way. Let's go. I mean, it's been a strong start so far. Immortal production. There it is. First Immortals in production. He's up to 2 shield batteries. I'm loving the hallucination, the fake Immortal. Let's go. Does go for the fake out. And we'll see if he can tank some shots. As again, it's still all or nothing for SKillous. Now moving in. Up. A bit of a oh my, he baits a blink. Oh my god, does bait the blink. Very nice baits and takes down 2 stalkers. Ay ay ay. SKillous. There we go. Now he dies, but GG gets called as a Krystianer. He will claim the game. He will shut down the all-in, and SKillous's reign of terror is over. We have a new king of the hill, Krystianer. GG. Whew. GG, well played Krystianer. He will claim the win here again. This time he was able to confirm the all-in, able to delay it, able to scout it, and the bait was real. He baited SKillous in within range of the shield batteries, within range of those force fields, and it was just a brutal start there for SKillous. Every unit counts that much more this early on, especially when you're all-inning. GG. GG, well played Krystianer. We have a new king. Oh. We do have a new king of the hill. Oh my god. We're even to come in and show the pink Polish Protoss posse how it's done. True, true. Where is he? Where is he? But GG, well played Krystianer. He does pop off. Congratulations. Congratulations here. Our new king of the hill. And the question is, how long may he reign? You know, is this his first win, the first of many, or will he be stopped here and now before we can get his streak going? As we're getting ready for our next best of 1. Oh. Here we go. As the PvPs continue. PvPs do continue here. Up next is going to be a PvP between Krystianer and the new challenger and Shameless. Oh, he's so shameless, man. Oh my god. Let's go. We have our next PvP, and it's going to be on torches. Oh, for the first time. For the first time tonight. Oh, that feeling when everyone thinks the other came first. Let's go. Let's go. So we get into the next game. As we are loading into our 11th best of 1. And spawning in the top right hand corner of torches, we have the new challenger. We have the would-be usurper. We have our blue Protoss player representing Team Little Fairy. It is Shameless. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the new king of the hill with 1 win under his belt. He just took down SKillous for Offside Esports. It is the Polish Protoss, Krystianer. Let us go. Whew. As again, we are nearing the tail end of the broadcast here. As a reminder, 15 best of 1s, 15 best of 1s, 15 players stepping up one after the other. But now we're in the 11th match. We have 4 more after this. 4 more best of 1s. Yo, meanwhile, big shout out to Hasty Dubu in the chat. Thank you so much for subscribing with Twitch Prime. Hope you enjoy the content, hope you enjoy the casting, hope you enjoy the star. Thank you so much, thank you. Do appreciate the support, do appreciate it. And again, a shout out to OSC, a shout out to OSC Esports. Again, as a reminder, this is a weekly tournament every single week. It's been running for 214 weeks, baby. Oh my god. 214 editions. And again, it is a unique format as well, not seen too often out there. Every now and then we have a King of the Hill, but OSC, they got you covered with this more, again, unique format. A great way to kind of break up the norm and break up the more standardized tournaments. As we have Krystianer going for the proxy pylon, getting ready for his own one base all-in. Let's go. Pylon has been thrown down. Also, of course, before I forget, if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It's Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series as the all-in is upon us. Let's go. A very bold location as well. It's dead set in the center of the map. Shameless pokes in. Shameless confirms the pylon is missing. He knows that something is wrong. But where is the proxy? Oh, Krystianer sitting up here on the high ground as well. It was an economic opener. My apologies. It was a gate expand. Yeah, gate cyber expand. Economic start here at a Shameless. Very greedy build here, going for another gateway. Shameless does scout. He does confirm the all-in. But just because he knows doesn't mean he can stop it. This is just such a greedy build here at a Shameless. And no Stargate, no Robo. Going for a 3-gate response. This I'm less certain of. Like, even MaxPax doesn't do this. Like, MaxPax, if he does open up in such a way, he would have like a Stargate for Void Ray production or a Robo for Immortals. This is going to be a tough hold. We'll see if he can pull it off. Going for the pylon. Adepts, they do threaten the shade. Oh, nice SimCity here. Nice setup. Does cancel the shade. Prism is on the way. Krystianer still only on 2 gateways. We should be seeing a 3rd gateway soon. Is he Immortal production? Dropping in towards the main. Does make his way in. Does run the main way so far. Shameless is in position, not bad. But probes are going to be going down, getting 1, 2, 3 probe kills so far. Getting up to 4. Shades into the natural, killing more workers. So far, pulling Shameless apart. Going for the sentry. The shield battery does hold. Shades back into the main. Force field is not good enough. Points are being pulled in. 7 probe kills. And remember, 3 adepts, that's still more than enough to one-shot. Down to 2, can still one-shot probes. Getting us to 8 probe kills. Does pull away. And here come the Immortals. Here comes the all-in. With Immortals, we have sentries. Still just warping in 3 units at a time. Does have a 3rd gateway. And we'll see if he has enough to break through. There are going to be defensive force fields, true. Despite that, he commits in, takes down the shield battery. Shield battery goes down. He does juggle over the wall. He commits anyway. Sentries are falling though. Adept's getting low. The army's getting low. Despite that, the shield battery runs out of energy. Going for another warp in. Krystianer just forcing his way through. And he should have enough. Yeah, he should have enough. He's got 2 Immortals. He breaks through that front line. Takes down the sentries, takes down the stalkers, and Shameless, he just cannot keep up. Not like this. There were so many workers earlier. And again, the Stargate just finished. It's so late. Yeah, late Stargate. The juggling, let's go. GG gets called, and Krystianer, he will take the win. He will take another victory. Will maintain his crown here. GG takes down Shameless 1-0. GG, well played. Krystianer, he will take it. Again, Shameless, he was able to confirm the all-in, but again, he went for a 3-gate opener off of an expansion. Very greedy setup there from Shameless. Because that, he had no power units for so long. He had a Stargate, but no Void Ray, no Robo, no Immortal production. He was just torn apart by the initial depths. GG, just torn apart there, and Krystianer did snowball out of control. Congratulations, and we'll see who's up next. We'll see who's up next here. We've had a lot of PvPs. A lot of PvPs as of late. Oh, and I do notice someone logging in. Okay. We got some options here. We got some options. I do notice Jumi. Jumi, he's lurking about. I do notice Nickract as well. Who's up next? Who is up next? Shamelessly greedy and economic. Yes, shameless, papi, shameless. Ah. And it looks like we have our next opponent here. Oh, let's go. God. Okay, we're stepping in. We're stepping in. Up next is going to be our next opponent. It's going to be our German Protoss player. Up next, we have Jumi rising to the challenge. Let's go. Let us go. As we have another PvP. Again, we have seen Jumi. We have seen Jumi all phrased at times here, but it's all good. We do have our races being set. We have our players. And up next, we're going to be loading into Oceanborn. Oceanborn, it's been a while. It's been a while since we have seen this map. Oceanborn, of course, is going to be one of the maps from the previous map pool from last season, but of course is a part of this tournament map pool. I should emphasize this tournament has an extended map pool, has the regular maps, but also is featuring maps like Spirit Crusher, Oceanborn, and Sandworm as well. And here we go. Meanwhile, big shout out to you, Thermal. Gap! I mean, big shout out to you, Thermal. Oh, and Kanoya as well. The back-to-back raids. Oh my god. But thank you so much, Kanoya. Hope you had a great stream. Had a great cast. For those that are curious, Kanoya was casting this event as well in French. So thank you. Thank you so much for the raid, Kanoya. And also a big shout out to Ubu Thermal as well. I know that we're getting closer here to the 2-2 circuit main event. I know that there is, of course, the last chance qualifier in a couple of days as well, so do check it out if you want to take a partner, if you want to take your hand and try to compete in that 2-2 circuit. Do consider checking out Uthermal's tournament. It's gonna be a blast, I'm sure. It's gonna be a blast, it's gonna be amazing. But otherwise, gracias. Thank you so much, Uthermal, for the raid. Hope you guys had a great stream. Hope you had a ladder session. Hope you guys had a great time, and we're now stepping into our next game. And spawning in the top right hand corner of Oceanborn, we have our German Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Streamer Zone. It is Jimmy. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Polish Protoss player, the red Protoss, representing Offside Esports, the current king of the hill. It is Krystianer. Here we go. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. For those who are just now tuning in, welcome to OSC King of the Hill. This is a King of the Hill style format tournament. What does that mean? That means purely best of ones. Best of one, winner stays on, loser is eliminated. In this broadcast, in this tournament, we have 15 players. We have 15 best of ones. This is the 12th best of one. And currently, Krystianer is the king of the hill. He's the king of the hill. He's got 2 wins under his name. He has taken down 2 Protoss players in Shameless and SKillous. I mean, SKillous, he was on a tear earlier, but Krystianer, he did bring him down. And Jumi is our new challenger. He's our new challenger to try to bring Krystianer down. We'll see if Jumi can achieve what both Shameless and SKillous could not. We shall see. But now, second pylon in the main. Krystianer, he's of course moving out towards the left-hand side and may set up his own proxy pylon. Oh boy. I say that, we do have a second pylon in the main base as well. Okay, so far, standard openers, 2 pylons in the main for Krystianer, 2 pylons in the main for Jumi as well. We might hide the 3rd pylon though. We'll keep an eye on Krystianer. Still being active. As we calm things down, we do have a Stalker sentry opener for both players. So far, standard openers, as Krystianer does move in for a scout. We're settling in. And for the first time, we're expanding as well. We have covered quite a number of PvPs so far tonight. We casted SKillous versus Mana, SKillous versus Geralt, SKillous versus Sebestes. And we have seen nothing but one base all-ins until now. For the first time, both players are expanding. Let's go. Let us go. Both players are expanding. Both players are taking their natural bases. We do not have a proxy. Standard openers all around. At least for the time being. Krystianer still being active with that probe. Can still hide some tech. Likewise, so can Jumi. Here are my points. Take them. Oh no. All the points. And there we go. We have a hidden pylon on the right hand side. It is going to be a Twilight Council opener out of Krystianer. If we see a Twilight Council, if we see a hidden pylon, this does feel like we might be looking to hide that Dark Shrine. So our eyes are on Krystianer. Likewise, Twilight Council opener out of Jumi, going for the proxy pylon. Are we going to DT each other? Are we going? Is that what's happening right now? Here we go. Dark Shrine for Krystianer. Where is it for Jumi? Yeah, Dark Shrine's on the way. About to finish. Does that complete? Show us the Dark Shrine. Gibbs, Pappy Gibbs. Does go for the Forge. There it is. Let's go. It's like Classic versus Zound and GSL. True, true. DT versus DT. Ooh, but Krystianer, he does fan out. He does fan out his probes. He is scouting. He's searching. And he does spot the pylon. Wow, he does barely spot the pylon. He confirms the Dark Shrine. He knows. He sees. He knows what's going on. At the same time, Jumi also scouting on the right-hand side and also will find the pylon as well. Oh my god. Yeah, they both scout each other. Dark Shrines have been found. Jumi does cancel. And Krystianer, ooh, does he know he got scouted? Is he aware? Great minds think alike. These European Protosses, they aye. But again, Jumi does cancel behind this, working towards Blink and getting into +1 and going for his own 2-base transition, getting into his rover production. Meanwhile, the Dark Shrine is cancelled.
Game paused.
It is going to be cancelled. Hopefully everything's okay. Do get a bit of a pause.
Game resumed.
So we jump back in. Okay, both players are denied. And the game will continue. There is hallucination to the main. Confirms the tech, confirms the upgrades. Again, because of the faster forge, Jumi will have an upgrade lead, an upgrade advantage. There's going to be a window in time where Jumi will have +1 over the +0 of Krystianer. True. We'll have that. Krystianer is being active. He's moving on the right hand side, claiming his own third base. Again, this is a bit of an anti-timing. He should not commit here as +1. Just now kicks in for Jumi. He's got +1. Krystianer, he should not engage. Oh, he does distract though. There we go. Was a distraction. Catching out a handful of probes. And 2 workers going to be going down. Not bad. Doesn't quite get a third. Krystianer pulls away. As he pulls away, +2 now begins here for Jumi. Getting into +2. Chronoing as we speak. Okay, Jumi can be active, throws down the proxy pylon. Stalker count in favor of Jumi, but the Immortal has arrived for Krystianer. Does have the Immortal, does have the shield batteries, he should be okay. Yeah, he should hold on. As the armies clash, Krystianer slips out across the map once again. The Death Harass does continue. Gets a probe. Gets a probe, denies mining. Shading into the natural, does force a recall. He does recall back home. And even though Jumi, he does have the greater army here, he hasn't been able to make use of it. hasn't been able to leverage that army, but there's going to be another timing, of course, with that +2 upgrade. He's almost there. Catching out the Adepts. And again, Krystianer just slowly building up that immortal count. He's got 2, soon to be 3 immortals. Getting to charge into Archon production as well. In a head-on fight, at least back at home, I do favor Krystianer. He'll have shield batteries and immortals. And Jumi's taking up. He's taking up as well. We're headed into a longer game. We're slowing things down. Jumi's setting up for the Zilla drop across the map. Still very tense. Jumi now working on +3. +3 is on the way. Drop gets into the middle line. Pro's going to be going down, not bad. And Krystianer, he commits. He doesn't turn around. Yeah, he's going for it. He's going for the 4th. Jumi out of position. Base taking a lot of hits. Force already. That's plenty of sentries. Force, yeah, locking down some of those stalkers. And with these immortals in the charge here, Krystianer, he will take the fight. Stalkers are coming from behind, not bad. Slides to Prism. Prism goes down, but these immortals, they do so much here. They take down the expansion, and Jumi cannot keep up. Not against this many immortals. Yeah, stalkers, they just crumble. Jumi does kill the expansion with those zealots, but it may not matter. It may not matter. Again, the upgrades are good, but against the immortals, they don't care about your upgrades. They do not care. Zealots, they trickle in. Again, Jumi barely has a standing army, trying to catch reinforcements, running into zealots. Boys are being pulled. Jumi getting desperate here, and Krystianer, he has done it. He has broken Jumi. Takes down the mineral line. GG gets called, and Krystianer will take down Jumi 1-0, maintaining himself as the king of the hill. GG. GG, well played again. The MVP Immortals, they just tore through those Stalkers. Unfortunately, there was no buffer. Ideally, you do want Zealots. You want Zealots there to help support your army, but alas, they weren't quite there yet for Jumi. Had all those upgrades, that's true, but didn't matter. Immortals, they don't care about your upgrades. From there, Krystianer did snowball out of control. GG. GG, well played, Krystianer. He does take it. But with that, it was a crazy game, regardless. I remember, it all began with Proxy Dark Shrine. We had DTs from both players. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. It did start off with DTs. Of course, they both scattered each other. They both cancelled. We had that follow-up. Oh, as we are now heading over to the Americas region, we have our next contender. The PvPs continue. They do continue here. As we have a Korean rising up. Okay, it's going to be a Korean competitor here. Up next is going to be Krystianer versus who? Krystianer versus Creator. Let's go. Creator, he does rise to the challenge here. It's quite late in Korea. It's midnight. It's midnight over in Korea. But Creator, he's ready. He's ready for the best of one. Here we go. Again, opponent's challengers, they don't get easier moving forward. Creator now up against Krystianer. And again, we're still nearing the end of our tournament here, at the end of our broadcast. There are 2 more matches ahead of us. Again, this is a best of one, number 13 out of 15. We have yet to see... we have yet to see players like Byun. Beautiful. We have to see players like Byun. We did see Percival earlier. We haven't seen Sola yet either. True, true. Haven't seen Sola yet. But here we go. Vetoes are underway, and we're getting ready. Krystianer, he's going to be vetoing Last Fantasy. Feels bad, man. is going to be feeding Last Fantasy, and we're going to be loading into Persephone. Just setting up. Good. Alright, just setting up. We've had some pretty intense PvPs so far. They will continue here. Creator, he's not really one to be too aggressive in this matchup. He's typically one to play at a longer macro game, at least more so than some of the other Koreans out there, referring to Hero, referring to Classic, referring to Zaun. But we'll see. We'll see how he does approach this best of one. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the Blue Protoss representing Offside Esports, the current king of the hill. It is Krystianer. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Alcadia Esports. It is Creator. And if you're in the chats, predictions now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chats as we jump into our PvP. And again, Creator, he is a heavy hitter. He is here as one of the favorites to go on one of these big win streaks. We'll see if he can pull it off. See if he can pull it off. Of course, last week, Percival did stand in his way. This time, there is no Percival. This time, Protoss versus Protoss. Oh. So our eyes are going to be on Krystianer. Does move out. No hidden pylon, not yet. As he does move for the scout. 2 gate opener out of Krystianer, 2 gate opener out of Creator. Oh. So far, mirrored builds. We do have mirrored builds. 2 gate all around. From here, we can get into our initial units of choice. We can go into double adept, double stalker, or stalker sentry. Likewise, we're also looking for the second pylon placement. Both players are. And based on our setup here, no proxy. Second pylon for Creator, and a second pylon for Krystianer. No proxy, no shenanigans. Not yet. And both players will confirm. Now, when it comes to our first 2 units of choice, some are more aggressive than others. Others, we can go for double adept for economic damage. We can go double stalker to just push and bully across the map. And we can go double, as we do actually pylon block. Okay. Sorry, I heard the tasing going on. Krystianer with the cheeky move there, locking down 2 probes. Very cheeky out of Krystianer. Calm down. We have the answer, Stalker Sentry, so standard opener out of Krystianer. Meanwhile, double Stalker out of Creator. With this, he can move out across the map. He can try to get some damage done. Yeah, double Stalker even into a Stargate before expanding. Forced into it due to the pylon block. And you see Creator, he just ignores the pylon. He ignores the pylon, he's racing across the map. Does move out. Behind this Krystianer, he does expand, so Nexus first, or faster Nexus for Krystianer, faster Stargate for Creator. So he does expand. Stalkers have arrived. Oh, before I forget, I do apologize, but get your gamma going. Predictions are open. Or did I already open them? I think I did. Okay. God. I scared myself back. I scared myself. These non-stop best of ones are getting to me. Yeah. Did open them, thankfully. As Krystianer setting up for a proxy across the map. Setting up the pylon. Going for a Twilight Council opener. Stalker Sentry has arrived. Shield Battery is now done. Okay, it's done in time. Boys are being pulled. Gets a probe, not bad. Going for the Shield Battery. Can he bring it down? Looks like he can. Looks like he can. Looks like he will. At the same time, Oracle does get across the map. Shield Battery is ready, and Krystianer, he's popping off. He breaks through, takes down the Shield Battery, going for the Stalkers, and brings them all down. Bearing in mind, does have that proxy pylon. He can reinforce. Goes for another Stalker. And Krystianer, he has too much. He has too much. Takes down the Oracle. Takes down the Stalker. And there's nothing here. There's nothing left. Still reinforcing, still warping in. Creator trying to hold on, bleeds out 4 probes already. And again, this Oracle opener just was not worth it. He doesn't achieve any damage across the map. Yo, and Krystianer, he's pulling it off. He's doing it. I said that both players with their slow warp-ins, or I should say Krystianer with slow warp-in, trying to reinforce, still very close, very clutch. Here pulls away. He should be where the stasis. Oh my god, jeez. Okay, calm down, Krystianer, calm down. Behind this, Blink is on the way, getting to Blink, and he backs off. He backs off. Now, Krystianer, even though he doesn't kill Creator, he did cripple him. He took down how many? 5 probes, and he denied mining time as well. We can see here, Krystianer, he's up 10 workers. He has a massive economic lead. And remember, the entire purpose of the Stargate opener was for economic damage, and Creator, he has done nothing. He has killed 0 probes. It's been a rough start for Creator. He's behind in tech, behind in upgrades, behind in economy. Are there ways to recover? Of course, there are. Of course there are. We can go into DTs. We can try to outposition with Blink Stalkers. We can turn this into a 2-base all-in. There are ways to approach this, but the pressure is on Creator. Krystianer does take a lead. And with that lead, claims a 3rd. Ay. Just getting further ahead. Claiming another expansion. Oracle does poke in. Does poke in towards the main, going for the stasis. Krystianer, he does react in time. Does react, does pull away. And Krystianer, he has 14 stalkers. Jesus. He has almost double the stalker counts. There's that stasis though. Krystianer, does he notice? Taking a lot of hits, taking a lot of damage. From here, does kite back. Shield battery out of energy. And he's going for the expansion. He's going for the 3rd. Takes down the pylon. Does supply block Creator. Does supply block. Oracle into the mineral line. Gets 2 probes. Stalker's able to defend. Oh. Baiting out the army. Does bait him out. Still very tense, but clean control here from both players. They blink well, but Lass's army is just so low. Deep in the red for Creator. Reinforcements have arrived. And boys are being pulled. Creator getting desperate. Probes are falling. And from here we just blink in. Yeah, we can't just dive in. And now still being conservative. Still blinking back. The Stalkers are going down. Stasis Trap runs out. Creator, he barely has anything left. Once again, rotating towards the 3rd. The one thing slowing down Krystianer here is he has no way to reinforce. Like, there's no pylon, there's no warp prism. So reinforcements are delayed. Yo, we can make use of the healing. Let's go! The healing pad! Papi. We have the healing pad. Krystianer. Creator holds. Not bad. He does hold on. He does survive. He does save the 3rd. Creator is still in this game. Meanwhile, our players will eventually figure out there is a healing pad. Eventually. Again, healing pad affects Protoss so much more than the other races, just because there are other ways to heal. Whether it's medevacs for bio, repairs for mech units, stasis trap going to be going off. Nice connection! Zerg units, they heal over time. For Protoss, there's no way for that, which is why the healing pad can be so beneficial. We saw that earlier from SKillous, if you recall, in his best of 1 against Mana. Here does collapse in. And he still has enough anyway. He's still overwhelmed. The healing pad would have been nice, but regardless, GG gets called. He does overwhelm, and Krystianer, he will take the game. He will take down Creator, and he will claim another win. GG. GG, well played. Just a really rough start for Creator. Winding it back, if you remember, Krystianer, he did double down with Stalker Aggression. He was able to expand. He was able to get his natural, able to punish the natural base of his opponent with that proxy across the map as well. Just a really rough start for Creator. He was down 10 workers after the opener, and he just fell behind and stayed behind. He just was unable to recover, unable to bounce back. Just a really rough start. Remember, the Stargate opener just was not worth it. The Oracle got 0 damage across the map, and with that, GG. GG, well played. Krystianer does claim the win, and we are getting ready for our next matchup, our next best of 1. Let's go. Who is up next? Oh, let's go. Oh, we're gonna get some Polish on Polish action. We talk about him all the time, Papi. Yeah. Who is it? It's gonna be the pink Polish Protoss player. It's gonna be Papi. Ah, beautiful. Let's go. It's been too long, Papi. It's been too long. But here we go. We have our PvP. Eba, not quite. Not quite. Not quite. Close though. Close. Real Protoss don't heal. True. PvP. Papi versus Papi. True. Let's go. As our next game is going to be on Pylon. No boy. Here we go, spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Pylon. We have our red Polish Protoss player, our new challenger. He's risen to the challenge. We'll see if he can bring down the current king of the hill. It is Papi. Hi, Papi. Let's go. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Polish Protoss player representing Offside Esports, the current king of the hill. It is Krystianer. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamma time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our 14th match of the broadcast. Let's go. Let us go. Non-stop PvPs. Ah, no. I'm reaching out to Eddie right now. Can we get a Terranor Zerg for the final game? Can we get Odamas, Papi? Odamas. You know what's gonna happen? I guarantee you, final player is gonna be Eba. Eba's gonna step in. And it's like, oh, let's go. We gotta say, he's gonna play Protoss. Eba will be the final player for Protoss. I can see it already. It's happened before. My heart, Papi, my heart. Feels bad, man. As for now, 2-gate opener. 2-gate opener out of Papi. Going for a standard opener. Likewise, so is Krystianer. Nothing crazy, nothing too wild yet. We're keeping eyes open for the second pylon. There it is, second pylon for Krystianer in the main, and second pylon in the main base for our red Protoss as well, for Papi. So no proxy, no shenanigans, not early on. From here, we can go into our tech of choice. We can either go for a faster expansion, we can go for a Stargate, Twilight Council, Robo. Before that, of course, we have initial units of choice. Do we open up a double adept, double stalker, stalker sentry, or sentry expand? We have the answer. It's going to be double stalker out of Papi. With this, he can be more active, more aggressive, more assertive across the map. Meanwhile, stalker sentry out of Krystianer going for a bit of a safer start instead. Yes, P back. Oh god. More P's, all the P's. No one's purple or pink though, unfortunately. We're missing out on the colors. So Papi does move out with his stalkers. Likewise, we'll take his expansions. Both players are expanding, getting their naturals. Natural bases are up and running. Does pick in. Likewise, doesn't overextend, does back off. We have our take-off choice going for a Twilight Council opener, working towards Blink. And Krystianer, he's going for a Twilight Council himself. So almost mirrored builds. Krystianer once again does go for the faster pylon to reinforce across the map. Here's why his zone take is delayed. A nice force field's looking at one of the Stalkers. Who gets one? Takes down one Stalker. Likewise, snipes the sentry. Sentry goes down, getting another as well. No shield, no shield to defend. Papi losing far too quickly. And sure, he's working towards Blink, but it may not be enough. It may not matter. Another force field. Oh my god. GG gets caught. Papi gets torn apart. And Krystianer, he will take the game and claim another win. GG. Insane aggression there from Krystianer, able to just pull and pick Papi apart with those specifically force fields, was able to out control. And again, Papi, he had no safety shield battery, no shield battery on the low ground. He was torn apart, he was overwhelmed, and with that, Krystianer will take a fast and quick win. GG all played. Meanwhile, we do have our final challenger here. It's been an intense broadcast, non-stop best of ones, back to back to back to back. We have one best of one remaining here. And it is not going to be a Protoss. I mean, I guess they could off race, I suppose. But up next, it's going to be a Protoss versus Terran match. It's going to be Krystianer versus Nicaract. Let's go. Let's go. Warmed up and on a roll. He is. Krystianer's been crazy. Has been crazy. Looks like we do have our final map of choice here. Once again, we're going back into Pylon. This does make sense. We actually didn't really get to talk about it, but Pylon is a small map. Short rush distance by ground. Aggression is favored on this map, and I can already see the aggression coming our way. Oh boy. We're leaning towards the double gas opener. We're leaning towards an all-in. We'll see as we're stepping into our final game of the broadcast, into that final best of one. And we'll see who will reign as the King of the Hill this week. For those that are curious, whoever is the last player standing, they're going to be invited to next week's tournament to be the starting player. To be the starting player, to have the chance to earn as many wins as possible. True. And here we go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Pylon, we have our red Terran player. We have the Platinum Heroes player. The Red Terran. Our new challenger, it is Nicaract. Not a PvP? Crazy. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the Polish Protoss player, we have the blue Protoss representing Offside Esports, the current King of the Hill, with 5 wins already. Can he claim a 6th? Can he be our final King of the Hill of the broadcast? It is Krystianer. So the broadcast of the week of the tournament. Who is it going to be? For those who are curious, again, you do earn extra prize money depending on how big your win streak is, depending on how many games you do win. Krystianer, I believe he's got the most so far. Wait, no, hold on. He's got the second most. Remember, SKillous, he had 6. SKillous had 6 wins. Krystianer, can he tie things up? Can he even things up with SKillous? As we do have our double gas to be expected, so double gas opener out of Nicaract. Winding it back here, if you recall, welcome to Pylon. Pylon, of course, is one of the smallest maps in the map pool. Short rush distance by ground, a more aggressive map as well. I say smallest map, not too true here. The map is quite wide, it's quite large, but the rush distance is short, and the attack path is very direct as well. So we do often see a lot of all-ins on Pylon with that double gas opener. From here, we can lead into Reactor Reaper Hellion. We can go into an earlier Tech Lab into Cyclone. We can go for a tank drop, Cyclone drop into early Banshee play. We have options, even Widowmine drop as well. Our eyes are on the production on the add-ons. Opening up Reaper. Reaper does zoom across the map. No reactor, bear that in mind. No reactor out of Nickeract. Does poke in. And is initially opening up Reaper Hellion. Now, because there's no reactor, it does look like a light commitment into Reaper Hellion. Reactor just now on the way. But it looks like Nickeract isn't going to commit too hard. Now, the goal with Reaper Hellion is economic damage. You're not really designed to scale too well into a longer game. It's designed to scout and potentially get some probe kills. But it does shade in. Does shade in. So just making sure. Just making sure predictions were open. Wait, did the last ones close? They must have, right? As so far, we just see Krystianer fully walling off as well upon seeing those Hellions. Oh, my apologies. Reaper into the main. But if you're in the chat, predictions now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Sorry, I did forget to close the previous predictions. CC is going to be delayed. Nice pick off here by Krystianer. Again, he fully walls off to make sure he's safe against the Reaper Hellion. We mentioned earlier the purpose with the Reaper Hellion is to dive into a mineral line, but you cannot dive if there is a full wall. Is this match illegal? I thought PvP was the only legitimate matchup. Yes, this is an illegitimate matchup. True. It is illegal. Ah, no. But yes, predictions are open, so place your bets. So far, we do have Nickeract going for a drop into the main. At the same time, Reaper Hellion towards the left-hand side does cause a distraction, does pull away the attention of Krystianer. Attention is pulled away. Drop is coming in. That's at the main. Not bad. So far so good. Does 9 mining. Jumping back in once again. 3 probe kills, getting up to 4. And 4 probes going down. Let's pull back. So nice start here by Krystianer. Sorry, by Nickeract. Bearing in mind he still does keep the drop alive, you can always go back in. And behind this, going into more add-on swaps here, going into actually not committing too hard into tanks, never mind. Only 2 tanks. Only 2 tanks and fixated instead on his bio production. Marine, Stim is on the way. 39 extra Raxes. We're still building up. Are still building up. Krystianer does dive into the main. Gets a tank, not bad. Oh, bleeds out 2 stalkers. A bit of miscontrol. But that, I would say, is still worth it here for Krystianer sniping one of those tanks. Behind this, getting his 3rd base up and running, working towards +1, working towards what should be charge. There we go, charge on the way. Krystianer building up into the mid game. You know, on Nickeract likewise, like, building up and getting into his own 3-rack setup. No major signs of aggression yet. We're still waiting for extra Raxes. If he throws down 2 more Raxes and he gets no add-ons, then he can go for a 2-base all-in. Because they poke in. We're going for drop play. Does peel off towards the right hand side. Krystianer, he does not have the Zelnaga. Okay, Krystianer just building up to a massive gateway explosion. Getting into charge. He's almost there. And Nickeract, he does not go for the all-in, he does expand. There's no extra maxes here. 3rd CC instead. Okay, we're gearing up towards a longer game. No 2-base all-in. Pushing out towards the left-hand side, dropping into the main. Krystianer here is somewhat in position. The Zelda get cleaned up. There's no shield battery. No shield battery, no cannon. Decent trade here from Nickrat. Does pick up, does pull away. At the same time, drop into the natural, and at the same time, a push towards the third. Yeah, tripod attack here from Nickrat. Trying to pull Krystianer apart. Tank does siege, tank goes down. Krystianer holds. And Krystianer, he holds, does force friendly fire, cleans up the army. Drop back into the main. Krystianer is in position. Still does lose 5 pros, but that is still worth it. Yeah, that's worth it. Takes out, oh no! Takes out both the Medivacs, and Nickrat here is immediately shut down. Ay. Gets completely shut down. Krystianer holds, and soon can counterattack. And it's going to be so difficult here for Nickrat to expand, to claim that third. He just lost so much. He bled out 2 tanks, 20 marines. Ay. Brutal losses there for Nickrat. And here comes the push. Here comes Krystianer. He is moving out. There's not much at home to defend. Yeah, Nickrat, he's in trouble. Takes out the Observer. Observer goes down. Prism comes in to reinforce. And there's no saving this third base. No shots. They go Prism into the main. Prism into the main, going for a massive warp in. My Angels, they do collapse, they do connect. Takes some decent connections. Zelda gets the middle line. GG gets called. Yeah, Nickrat, he's just being torn apart. Just too many losses early on. And Krystianer, he will snowball into a win. And Krystianer, he is going to be our final King of the Hill. GG. GG, well played. Krystianer, he does get 6 wins in a row, does go on a massive win streak here, does go for a win streak as large as SKillous's, so both SKillous and Krystianer, they walk away with 6 wins under their belts. GG, well played. And Nickrat, again, just a really rough start there. I mean, I say rough start. He had a good opener. He was killing probes. He was being active on the map. But when he went for the tri-pronged attack, he lost everything. The push into the natural, sorry, the drop into the natural, drop into the main, and push at the third base. Krystianer, he shut it all down completely and snowballed into a win. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations, Krystianer. He does claim the final win here. And we have our tournament wrapping up for the week. Let's catch up. Let's catch up on this week's matches. Again, I do recommend checking out the VODs here. Again, the event was quite long, quite intense. Not gonna lie. There was a lot going on. A lot of PvPs, of course. As always. And, bam, there we go. Exclamation mark B in the chat. Have a look at the back yourselves. The bracket was stacked. It did kick off with a TVZ, the only one of the broadcast. Moja versus GG Machine. GG Machine, who was able to claim the first win in our first best of one of the broadcasts, and then Geralt. Geralt was able to take down GG Machine 1-0, take down Percival as well. And then we had the win streak from SKillous. SKillous took down Geralt, took down Mana, Young Yakov, Baby Marine, Mixu, and Sebestes. A lot of these games are close though. I'm still remembering, I'm still thinking about SKillous versus Baby Marine. That was very close, very intense. That was on Sandworm, if you recall. That was on Sandworm. And Baby Marine, he had a lead. He was killing SKillous, but SKillous somehow survived, somehow persevered. I'm thinking about Young Yakov. If you remember that game, Young Yakov, he had a massive lead against SKillous. He crippled the economy, he delayed the third base. And what happened? Yakov droned. SKillous went for an all-in. SKillous, he went for a charge all-in, and Yakov, he was caught droning, he was caught saturating, he had no army, so SKillous had a crazy comeback there as well. We then had the reign of Krystianer. Krystianer, he then took it from there. He took down SKillous, took down Shameless, Jumi, Creator, Pappy, and Nickrat towards the end. GG. GG will play it again. 15 best of ones back to back to back. And if you enjoyed the broadcast, do consider following OSC over on Twitter, over on the social medias. OSC Esports, they do run and host this tournament alongside many others, and this event is not always here on the channel. Sometimes we step in and cover it, but as of late, Steadfast has been covering this event over on his personal channel. So again, depending on whether it's on our channel, Steadfast, sometimes Chicken Man, sometimes Dave Testa, sometimes Wardy, we do kind of rotate back and forth, and the event is sometimes on another channel. But regardless, always an OSC King of the Hill. Always a weekly at some point. Always at some point. With that, GG, well played. When it comes to our weekly schedule here, we spoke about this earlier, but we are live every single day. Our schedule is here. We are live multiple times a day, every single day. Today, this was our third broadcast, by the way. We were live with the GSL finals this morning, followed by the podcast, followed by OSC King of the Hill. You might be looking at this and you might recognize our schedule is a little bit leaner than usual. That is true, and that is because of RSL, the Revival StarCraft League, was currently ongoing as well tonight. We have been avoiding these afternoon broadcasts to make sure that everyone can focus their attention on the RSL. I do feel like the Revival StarCraft League is a pretty important part of StarCraft moving forward, so we don't want to take away from that. So we did leave the afternoons open for the RSL, except for today. Today was the exception. Otherwise, tomorrow we're going to be live with, tomorrow, we're going to be back in 8 hours. In 8 hours time, we're going to be live with the Kung Fu Cup number 11, StarCraft Evolution Edition. Likewise, on Saturday, we're going to be live with EWC qualifiers, Esports World Cup Global qualifiers. We have the Brazilian Cyclotron Circuit, we have Sparkling Tuna Cup. This graphic is not actually accurate. We are also going to be live with the LATAM League Finals. That's going to be on Saturday morning. So we're going to have some more content there. There's going to be some more StarCraft over the weekend. We'll update the schedule soon. We'll update it soon. But yes, we have much more on the way. As always, much more on the horizon. But yes, we're live every single day. We cast more StarCraft than any other channel out there. If you want the quantity, if you want the StarCraft, then consider following us here on Twitch. Follow us on YouTube, on all the socials. Again, we cast more StarCraft than anyone else. We have the quantity and we have a little bit of the quality as well. We do what we can. We're trying to catch up. You know, we've only been casting full time since 2020, so we have a lot of catching up to do to catch up with everyone else. We'll get there. Otherwise, thanks for watching. We're done for the time being. I have to wake up in 8 hours for our next cast, so I'm gonna try to go straight to bed. Gonna try to get as much sleep as possible before Kung Fu Cup. That's also going to be a dual broadcast. That's going to be Kung Fu Cup, and we're also going to be casting the CranKy Epic series as well. So back-to-back 2 casts tomorrow, or in 8 hours. Oh boy. Featuring some StarCraft Evolution. Just catching up. What would happen if the last contender wins the final match? He'll be the King of the Hill with only 1 win? Yes. But he'll be invited to next week. Just catching up in the chat. Catching up. Yo, shout out to Pacheca as well. We also did get a replay redeemed. I think this was a couple of days ago, but we should be covering that replay tomorrow or in 8 hours for Kung Fu Cup. So again, our schedule is out there. Schedule is live. We're going to be wrapping up for the time being. If you want some more StarCraft, stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. Who is live at the moment? Who can we send everyone over to? I do see Creator. He was competing in this tournament, and it would be nice to give Creator some love. I know that Vindita's also streaming as well. Is also live. But I think we'll raid Creator. Like we'll give him some love. Give him some support. Give some love to Creator. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys either tomorrow or next time. Again, I'm sure you'll come across us at some point. We are live every single day, so thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and we'll see you next time. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend. Take care. Hasta luego. Ciao, baby, ciao. Hasta luego.